A kettle cold, but my hand still goes. I'm off that range with a coffee stain. Clean mind, sharp eyes in the moonlight train. Order stacked like cards in the deck. I wait my turn, I don't blink yet. One clean setup, that's the code I live. Half asleep, but I got more to give. Hear that tick, hear that pulse. Feel that pull in my bones. I came this far for the long game. I won't leave it alone. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. Trade clean, trade smart. London calling, London calling. I came to earn it. Dark outside, but my plan stays lit. No lucky break, got size up grit. Read that candle, read that spread. Take the compact, keep my head. I lost before, I learned that sting. Now I cut my fear on a tighter string. Every dawn is a test I choose. If I want the crown, I pay my dues. Hear that tick, hear that pulse. Feel that pull in my bones. I came this far for the long game. I won't leave it alone. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. Trade clean, trade smart. London calling, London calling. I came to earn it. Let the night press in. Let the doubt get loud. I stayed on my feet. I stayed unbowed. One more shot at the life I chose. One more step when the market waits. London calling, London calling. I'm up for the open. London calling, London calling. I want that moment. Trade clean, trade smart. London calling, London calling. I came to earn it. The screen still glows. A kettle cold, but my hand still goes. I'm off that range with a coffee stain. Clean mind, sharp eyes in the moonlight train. Order stacked like cards in the deck. I wait my turn, I don't blink yet. One clean setup, that's the code I live. Half asleep, but I got more to give. Hear that tick, hear that pulse. Feel that pull in my bones. I came this far for the long game. I won't leave it alone. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, huh. Hey. When the floor starts shaking and the whole thing spins. You don't chase the noise, you let the truth win. Open fire, open fire. Keep your name above the wire. Open fire, open fire. Live through the market choir. With some, do some, stay in line. Take the hit, then take your time. Open fire, hold your name up on the wire.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Trade. How's everybody doing? Sound check, mic check, vibe check. Everything looks good. I think screen looks good. How's everybody? Nice to see you in the rooms. Hi, guys. Hi, Martin. Hi, Miguel. Hi, everybody. Hope the morning is going well. I had a pretty good night last night with everybody in Asia. Let me see if I can, do I have this over here? Let me just make sure I have it. Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can put this over here. Is the right one? Yeah. So this is what we're trading. This is our trade plan. Happy to explain it to you guys in much more detail as we go forward. But the trade plan has been on fire over the last couple of days. We did London yesterday morning, 7 out of 8, 87.5% hit rate. Repeated the exact same numbers in Asia last night as well. Just hit every trade out of the ballpark pretty much on just following these rules, very much following these rules. Today, I want to add one interesting component to this, not the scalping rules, but hang on a second, let me get out of this. Not scalping rules, but I want to add an interesting component to it for those of you guys who are day trading and position trading, because I think I have an interesting way to use our indicator for finding big turns during the day, which we could use both just on a positional basis, but also just to do a one and done. Asia was pretty bearish. Yeah, it was, absolutely. And caught most of the bearish moves. So to understand what we're doing, our tape regime plan is basically a hierarchical structure, climate tape direction. I'm going to explain all of this in just a bit. Let's make sure everybody's comfortable. Good morning. Who's new in the room here? Who has never traded with us? Say hi to me. Let's see what everybody's doing today. Come hang out with me. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're trading. I want to know. Hey, you waking up listening to my music? Yeah, I know. I still have to I'm going to try and make some new music this weekend. I haven't had a chance. Just been super busy with other stuff. Oh, down under. Nice. I'm noticing like a lot of, hey, Scotty. Oh man, I haven't seen you in ages, man. Good morning. Good morning. What are you doing yourself? How's the Gold Coast? So those of you who are joining us for the first time, or those of you who are trading with us, haven't been here for a while, this is kind of the last iteration of what we're doing. And it's a combination of two indicators. It's our BK dots indicator, which actually generates the signals. And there are two types of scalp signals that we're generating on the charts right now. The lightning bolt signal is a breakout signal, right? So breakout up, breakdown down. What that is basically the candle is bigger than the ATR. Sorry, not the candle itself, the body of the candle, which is the true measure of movement. The body of the candle, not the wicks. Not, you test it up, you come back down, you close pretty much the same. That's not strength. Strength is when you close on the high or close on the low, the whole body becomes the value of the candle. So when the body of the candle is bigger than the ATR. In this case, ATR is very obviously, we're in a quiet market conditions. That creates the breakout signal. So that's one signal. And we have a reversal signal, which is a triangle signal, and the triangle can be reversal down. So you have big move up, you break the lows. That's a reversal triangle down. You have moves down, you break the highs. That's a reversal triangle up. Right? Green is up, red is down. Just as a category, not as a direction. I'll explain in just 1 second. So breakout signals only work best. They work best when the trade climate is very quiet. So we have a secondary indicator whose only function is to tell us when to take those signals and how to take those signals. So we have one that generates the signals, and the other one kind of is a decision support indicator that helps us determine when and how to take those signals. So the way the regime helper works, and this has been our trading plan. This is why we've been hitting 87% of our trades, is because it really selects only for the best kind of trades we can have. And it has a hierarchical structure. So first is you need conducive climate. Like right now, the climate is safe for breakout trades, breakdown trades, right? So if the climate is safe for breakdown trades, that's number one. So we only, if the climate is safe, we trade the lightning bolts. If the climate is dangerous, we trade triangles, because triangles, the reversal trades are only good in volatility markets. Breakout trades are only good in calm markets. That's number one. Number two, we'll look at tape. Tape is the overall structure of the market. How is the market? Is the market up or down? Right now, the tape is bearish, right? So for example, we have a trade climate that's conducive to a breakout trade, but the tape is bearish. So instead of taking this to the long side, we're going to fade. We're going to short this trade once it completes. So we're in a safe condition, bearish trade. I'm going to choose one of my accounts here. Let's go to 85. And I'm going to sell it. Okay, let's go. Let me show you where the 85 account is. Okay. And I sold it. Let's see if the bearishness of the tape overwhelms the breakout move here. See if this one works. We strictly scalp. So for those of you who are new to the channel, we don't have directional views on the market at all, because we're trying to make small, consistent trades within the microstructure of the market. So what we're trying to do is predict the next 1 or 2 minutes, not the next 1 or 2 hours. We think that's where we have the highest degree of probability, highest degree of success. And most of the time, that really does work. We're a little bit stuck in this trade here. It's been like another minute. Today is a really slow market. I mean, the range today in London is what, 437, 563, less than basically 100-point range for the whole market. That's usually sometimes just the first hour of move. So one of the things that's important to remember in when we're trading is we generally want to have a time stop as well as I'm going to exit out of this trade. I'm going to exit out of this trade pretty much at scratch. Even if this works, it doesn't matter, because the way our setup works generally, today may be an exception to the rule, is we should be done in 1 minute, 2 minutes maximum. Once we go to 3 minutes, the longer we go and we can't get the trade done, the higher the probability is that the signal is just wrong, that we just died. There's no there's no fade continuity. And you can see today with ATR at 7 points, which is so low. Like this is one of the lowest volatility readings I've seen in a long, long time. Generally, London is like a 10 ATR. Usually right now it's about a 10 ATR, 11 ATR. In an active market, we can be at around 12 to 14. So this is telling you that, the average candle length is 7 points for the last 14 periods. That is basically dead money. So when it's dead money, you're not going to get any continuity. Remember, we're trading continuity. So dead money doesn't have continuity. So, this is exactly why I got out, right? Because this would have been a stop and became a scratch. Usually the trade should take 60 seconds, 120 seconds maximum. Once it gets beyond that and you get a chance to kind of get out flat, you take the chance, because clearly the market just did not want to fade at this point, or didn't even want to move. But when we have slow markets, or generally when scalping is kind of quiet for the time being, we have some really interesting directional day trading opportunities. And those of you who are trading directionally, by the way, this is actually not any iteration, Ricky. This is an extension of what we already have on the charts. It just really hit me as a really, really cool structure. And I can actually show you, because I started trading and I'm going to trade one account. Which one account is this? Is this the 88 account? Yeah, 88 account. Okay, I'm going to show this to you, 88 account, what I did. Actually, let me do this settings. I'm going to show you the execution labels, because then you can actually see them. So this is such a cool thing that our indicator does. I've been saying this forever, and then I haven't really put it to test because I've been so busy scalping. But let me take you to the replay mode and kind of just show you rather than tell you. Okay, where am I? Oh, is it not showing me? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. So London low, London high, right? Our indicator plots highs and lows for every single session. So it makes it very, very easy to see the points of pivot, where we can start to pivot. So one of the cool things we can do is we can actually trade after the high is made. We can actually trade signals after the high is made. So here's a London high made 564 over here, right? A London high. Let's go forward and see if we get any downward signals, right? Downward signals. No. Upward signals. No. So now we're going to go to London low. Now in London low, let's see if we get any up signals. No, we're still getting downward signals. Okay. So downward signals making fresh London lows. Right over here, we made the London low. You see this? We made the London low. We have a green triangle. Now, when we're scalping, we're using all sorts of additional information to scalp. But if we're position trading, we could actually say to ourselves, oh, I made a turn. After the London low has been made, I have a green triangle after the London low is made. It means now this is my stop, and I have a reasonable chance that maybe there's going to be a pivot to the upside. So you try to go to the upside. Boom, nope, it fails. That's fine. Now you look for secondary signal. So you have a London low here. You have a breakout here, which is telling you, oh, the market may have turned. Again, you're using London low at 44 here. See if it goes back up, and it does, and you catch a very, very nice move back up, right? So you can use our signals to actually trade turns in the market off the lows, off the highs. Now, obviously, the probability is going to be much smaller. I mean, generally, if you're 60% accurate, you'll be really, really good. But you will have much, because we're trading with a negative risk reward ratio when we're scalping. With this, you could trade 1-to-1 or even 1.25-to-1 with a 60% accuracy rate, and you will be in much, much better shape. So let me show you the actual trades I made off London lows that totally worked. This was a small London low over here So I was actually trading this. This was London low over here, and there was a green triangle here, and I was basically trying to trade the turn. And that was a nice, easy trade. This wasn't really a fully kosher version of this. But here, we've made a fresh London low, green triangle. I got long here, boom, nice clean trade over here. And now, now we're sort of mid-range. Nothing is really going on here. So nothing of interest is happening. But if we approach the highs, remember, London trades from low to high all the time. Tokyo does the same thing. So does New York. Now, the first couple of times, you may not, it may not establish a general low, but when it does, the payoff is just enormous. Because look at this, my risk here was just nothing. It was like maybe 10 points, and the potential reward could have been 30 or 40. But even if you were just trading 1.25-to-1, so I'm risking 10 to make 15, whatever, at a 60% hit rate, you're doing much better. And there's people who love the indicator, but just don't like the idea of scalping. Scalping requires, for us, very, very deep focus, right? We got to be in the zone, because you snooze, you lose. It's that 1 second when the signal appears, you take the signal, or you miss the opportunity. With positional trading, you obviously have much longer time to kind of enter, and much more leisurely trades. Those trades usually sometimes will take 20, 30, 40 minutes to resolve. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm taking one account to basically take these positional trades around session high, session lows. And by the way, once we get deeper in the day, Tokyo lows become operative. New York lows become operative. It's not just this current session lows, but the prior session lows also create some interesting pivot points if you get the direction from our indicator. That's the key thing. When you get the direction from our indicator, it becomes a truly cool positional trade. And remember, the biggest trend starts from turn, right? The biggest uptrend starts when the downtrend ends, right? This is from here to here is the biggest amount of profit. From here to here is the biggest amount of profit, right? So if you can catch the turn, that means you can trade the trend, right? That's the irony of how markets work. And this really helps us a lot. So I'm very excited, because I was, hey, this is a really cool thing. We already have all the tools in our indicator to use it, that we can now put into play, Hello, Raven, the editor. Come join us on YouTube if you want to come hang out with us, because then you can see everybody's comments. You can see what we're doing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, man. So, very quiet markets. Nothing much going on here. We're crawling. Our scalp conditions are conducive to the breakout trade, because trade climate is under safe conditions, but nothing much really happening. So we're just twiddling our thumbs. It looks like the markets are very, very quiet and calm today. So not much going on. Those of you who are kind of interested in having a free aggregated news source that's going to have everything on it, I just improved it right now. So let me show you. We have a sister website that I made called bktradertools.com, And if you go to bktradetools.com Intel, this will aggregate all the information for you. I'm going to send you the link right now. So if you guys want to, you want to see like what's happening in the news, just simply what's the big news market moving today. It will summarize everything that happened today. So S&P inches higher, extend record-setting 10-year Treasury eases slightly, blah, blah, blah. Gold firms 7% on a fresh session high as safe haven demand persists. Crude edges up 2%. So Iran reached an agreement on proposed shipping route through the Strait of Hormuz. It's a quick signals to hike around when inflation is too high. That upside risks outweigh employment risks. Now this is interesting. So she kind of went hawkish. That's interesting because she's generally viewed as more of a moderate person. That's kind of a threat. If you think that September hike is not a done deal, this kind of makes it much more possible the September hike could be a done deal. Then Nvidia, had big moves because SpaceX is going to use all their chips. We saw that yesterday, so on and so forth. So, Okay. So Lisa Cook's talks, and then we have Kashkari has been much more bearish than most, or hawkish than most of the other people said. And Jeff Smith called tighter. Then we have jobless claims. ISM services was yesterday, and that occurred. And then we have all the other stuff. Okay. I mean, it basically gives you a nice clean summary. And I just updated it actually. So what's going to happen is it's going to give us like the whole G7 calendar for those of you guys who want to trade FX and everything else in here as a card. And then it has other things, like what did Trump say? How did Asia trade overnight? Monthly highs and lows. You can see where everything is on the thing. So hopefully you find this really kind of useful. For those of you guys who are part of BK, this thing actually can be delivered to your email box, into your Telegram channel, into the Discord channel. So it's really, really cool, really useful. But for those of you guys just want to check it out, BK Traded Tools /Intel. It's right then and there, for your reading pleasure. Okay, tape is bullish. What happened to my thing? Okay, let me put my trading plan back on so everybody knows the sequence of events. So the reason why we're so accurate is because we've been really rigorously following the sequence that we want. And unless we get all three things correct, we literally don't trade. So like right now, climate is safe for breakout trades, which means any of these triangle trades we just ignore. It doesn't matter what signal they are; we're just ignoring them. They're not in the right climate for us. The second thing we look for is then the tape conditions, and then the third thing obviously is direction. So direction is actually the least important part of the signal. Good morning, Boogie. How are you? So kind of a quiet day. But as I was saying, the interesting part here is the ability for us to do positional trades off of all the stuff that we have here, because the signals themselves are excellent pivot signals within the context of the bigger levels, right? So once we get the big level and we have a pivot signal, then we can take a trade that does create now. London looks bullish. London looks neither bullish nor bearish. It's flat. We're climbing up from the London lows. We made London lows around the 25. Basically, we ran to 30,000 and we came back down to 29.5. Right? We've been trading a little bit underneath 29.5 in Asia, but we're just kind of bounded right now between 29.4 and 6 as our intraday ranges. Yesterday's reversal, not great market action. Like it doesn't really give you lots of confidence that the market is going to rally. Yesterday's reversal is kind of a pretty bearish market move because we had good news all across, geopolitically, financially, everywhere, and we couldn't hold the 30,000. So that's I think that's an interesting tell. Until we can come back and recapture 30,000, you have to assume that the broad general framework of the market is negative. And if that's how you assume it, you could just, the most important thing is if you can figure out the broad network of the market, every other trade becomes very easy. Then you just simply take the whatever short scalps you have. But that's too simplistic a model for us. It doesn't create the kind of accuracy we want. So we trade more selectively and more accurately. Still underneath the VWAP, the overall structure of London is still kind of very negative, but climbing. We're just basically trying to climb a little bit high, a little bit higher. We've actually been, if you think about this, since we started trading, we've basically been trading 500 to 520 to 500, just very, very quiet markets. Nothing going on here. What are you guys trading? What looks good to you? Also, give me a +1. Let me. We have a trade. We have a trade. What direction is negative? So let me get in this trade here. 85 and Q. Sell. All right. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm basically taking. We have a. Am I on the 85 account? No, I'm on the 88 account. Here's the 85 account. Let's see if we can get this done. Oh my God. I'm short 500, 95, no, 96. There we go. There we go. And we're done. Okay. First clean trade of the day. Give me 5 +1s, and I will explain to you exactly why and how this was a good trade. You guys want to know? Give me +1s in the room, and I will explain to you step by step why this trade worked, and what was it that I saw in the charts here that made me want to trade it. Okay, great. Let me, so in order for me to show this to you, let me eliminate one thing off the chart so it doesn't distract you from what I'm looking at. Because obviously I see everything on the chart. I look through everything. For you guys, it may be a little bit distracting. So let me just clean this up for a second. Okay. All right. So right now, this is just breakout down, lightning bolt views, or just lightning bolt views, right? I told you the first order of business is that the climate has to be, if the climate is safe, that means lightning bolt trades are in play. That's the trades we want, right? So here's lightning bolt trade, right? This is the reason, this is the trade that I take. So climate is safe. That means I can look at lightning bolt trades. I have a lightning bolt trade that develops right here at this instant, right? I look at my tape. The tape is neutral, means that there's no bias on the bigger time frame, which means that I can take the direction from the lightning bolt. Lightning bolt is down. It's a lightning bolt down trade. I take the cue from that. Great. I take the, I take the trade to the downside right away. It's a 4 target, 10 stop. So we're trading with 71% break even at a 77% resolution. That's what we try to be. Like lately, though, we've been better than that. My goal is to be 80% accurate on a 70% trade. If I can do that, you're always making money in the long run. The edge is always in your favor. Since we started implementing this, we've actually been running a really good edge. But the reason why we do this is because, again, the structure: climate is first, tape is second. If tape doesn't have any input, direction is third. Direction was negative, boom. Now, all of this I processed in literally less than half a second because I know what I'm doing. I have the trading plan in my head. I have the signals in my head. And scalping, as you can see, you snooze, you lose. That's the whole idea. Once you get good at this, it becomes like hitting golfing putts. You just do it over and over and over again. But you need to understand the structure, understand what you're doing, understand the timing. That's why this is great to practice on smaller size, or just practice with our friends at Apex. Because if you're buying $15, $18 prop accounts, you can make 10, 20 mistakes on that account and still be able to practice these trades really, really well. So once you get good at practicing, you then actually using that structure to obviously go fund your accounts. I'm actually running a whole bunch of it now for Apex, both on funded and eval basis. Like right now, I'm only trading the eval accounts with you guys. Let me show this to you. Give me a second. Because so these are the fundeds, these are the evals over here, and I'm running them in like the exact same way that I'm showing you to just target. Like these accounts are getting close. They're 51.8, target is 53. Usually my preference when I'm trading prop is just to do one and done. Take one trade, boom, hit a big news event, make the money, fund the account, and then trade the funded. But I'm taking these 4 evals in this slow, precise fashion, because the whole idea is if you trade your evals the exact same way that you trade your fundeds will naturally get to funding level, right? So you are absolutely going to be able to repeat what you're doing on the eval in the funded phase. So I'm kind of running this little experiment where instead of just getting my evals done one and done, I'm now running them exactly in the same way so that there's no transition. One of the biggest problems is that you have to trade your funded accounts very, very differently from the way you trade your eval accounts. Well, if you trade them both the same, then you're actually in a much better shape, in terms of structure. So that's the game plan here. We're going to try and trade very consistently. We've been doing it this week. It's really been working very well this week. You can see that these accounts were $50,000 at the start of the week, and they're almost 2/3 of their way towards their funding target in a very slow, deliberative fashion. So I'm going to keep doing this. I just opened up 2 more accounts yesterday. Apex has an amazing sale. If you guys, they are my favorite cheap broker or cheap prop firm, because they're just so good at offering. Like they have the legacy accounts now that they're literally offering at like $17 an account. So I'm going to put the link in here. If you use our code, you will always get the absolute biggest discount. As a matter of fact, discount now is like 90%. So this is their regular accounts, which are also great. But if you look at where's the legacy accounts, the legacy accounts I love because there's so much less restrictions on the legacy accounts. And then when you get them funded, they're going to be under legacy rules. So again, no restrictions, no daily loss limits, nothing like that within the thing. So it's only $19 for 50,000. You buy like 3 or 4 of them and go nuts. And this gives you the absolute best way to run the strategy, practice strategy, and do a whole bunch of other different stuff. So I'll leave it to you guys on that front. But that's basically, what we do all day long. And this last refinement that we did has really made a huge improvement. Apex does do live, but no, I'm in the payout stages. But like they haven't moved me to live, but they do eventually move. You have like so much. You have like, I believe, 20 accounts, up to $20,000 in payouts in each account before, or like $10,000 in a payout. I forget what the numbers are before they move you to live. So no, you don't need to worry about it. Besides, for 99.9% of people, you're never going to get to live. You'd be lucky to get one payout. My whole job is to help you. 99% of people don't even get their account funded, right? Something like 95% of people can never even get funded. One of the great things that we do with this strategy is we've helped 7 out of 10 people get funded, which is already a huge accomplishment for most traders who just don't even, we just simply don't have the skills or the strategies to just get funded. And then beyond that, once you get funded, oh, here we go. Nope, no trade. Now, here's a perfect example of where I can, my filter is keeping me out of. This could potentially be a good trade, but it can also be just simply selling right into the lows, right? Because the trade climate has turned into a more dangerous zone. No trade for me at this point, as far as trade goes. Now, by the way, what's interesting here is even if we don't have any scalp ideas, we might have some positional trades coming up because we're coming into Tokyo lows. Sort of, we ran London highs, died in front of the VWAP right here, right? Could have probably. I was just thinking. I was thinking about trading the VWAP with you guys, but it was too many other things in my head. And now, we're approaching Tokyo lows, London lows. Then, be interesting to see how this trades, because if this holds and gives us positive signals, we can absolutely trade the reversal trades there. Is there a 30% restriction versus 50? Do you mean consistency rules? I'm not sure what you mean by the restriction. There's always consistency rules, and the new ones have more consistency rules than the old ones. One of the cool things about trading this particular structure of scalping is that we're always within consistency rules, both on the upside and the downside, which is very, very cool. So, here's an interesting idea. And we're going to do this. I specifically dedicated one account, the 88 account. Let's go to the 88 account. For these low probability, but possibly interesting. Let me see if I can get into this thing. Okay, I'm in the 88 account on the micros. And I'm going to basically trade against this low and this high. Now I'm basically trading the Tokyo low turn, right, in this thing. This is not a scalp signal, but I'm using my scalp structures to see if I could get a little bit of a directional trade. Now, obviously the scalp signals are super high accuracy, and I'm trading those with a one NQ size, right? I'm trading those like 80 target on each particular trade. This I'm trading just simply literally one MNQ because it's going to be much lower probability trade, but maybe a play for us here as far as the structure goes, and it gives you just another way of. Some people may only want to make like 3 or 4 day trades a day for 30, 40 points on each turn, and just grow the account that way, which is totally cool. Actually, I'm sort of really digging this approach as a complement to my scalping. The other thing is, remember, every strategy, the more strategies you have, the higher the probability you have of success. I mean, that's the thing. The thing that I love about Apex, what we try and do is we're running 6, 7, 8 different accounts, and because first of all, because one one account everywhere else is equal. You can buy 10 accounts at Apex for the price of one account everywhere else. So that gives you lots of diversification, but also gives you diversification by strategy, right? Just lets you trade it that way. So you see, maybe this is going to be a turn, maybe not. It's not nowhere near the kind of high probability focused trade that I do with scalping, but it offers us some very interesting, different type of more duration positional trades as a complement to our regular trades. I think probably no. It's probably like 30% consistency on the legacy. But remember, because we're scalping, we're never like, the advantage of scalping is that you're never going to have one single trade. The whole point of consistency is that they don't want you to take one lucky trade, and you take one trade, it goes $5,000 in your favor, and you go, oh, I want to pay out, and they don't want that, because obviously, first of all, usually that's going to be, you bought over here with maximum leverage and you sold over here with maximum leverage, just because you woke up, you hit a button, went back to sleep, and you hit another button and you made money. That is not what they want to pay you money for. That's not skill, that's luck. So that's why they have consistency rules. Now, consistency rules are very much in our wheelhouse, because we are all about skill. We're all about making small, consistent money all the way through. So that never bothers me at all. We're always well within the consistency rules, because we're going to be doing so many trades. We're not doing one single trade that pays for payout. That's really what the consistency rules are designed to stop. I'm basically trading with about a 1 to 2 risk reward on scalping. A little bit worse than that. So as I said, the break-even rate for us is 71%, and our target rate, our win rate, is 77. But we've actually been running like an 87% win rate, which is ridiculously high, ever since we implemented the tape regime trade plan. I don't expect that to last, but because it's so much more selective, it's really been a very, very good, good addition for us. Good morning, everybody. We almost 7 o'clock hour. Markets are just obviously treading water. We have a small positional trade, not a scalp, just going against this idea of seeing if we can hold Tokyo lows, right? One of the great things about the indicator is it shows you the VWAPs, and it shows you session highs, session lows, which are the key levels that, of course, everybody is watching all day long to see whether support holds or doesn't around these levels. Like, these are much more important levels than whatever artificial moving averages or Fibonacci levels or anything else, because nobody in the institutional world cares about any indicator derivative numbers, but they know what the hard numbers are. They know where equities topped or equities bottomed, and they have all of those numbers that they're looking for, because they're trying to see, is there supply or demand around these levels as the day progresses. Are people feeling do they see value levels at those places or not? So I was going to tell you guys, it's 7 o'clock. I kind of want to start letting people know. We scalp every single day, 6 to 10 o'clock. So if you're new, welcome to the channel. Really nice to have you. Come back, join anytime. But to make things more fun into the dog days of August, to the dog days of summer, I'm thinking of running a contest. It's either going to be round of 32 or round of 16. Yesterday, actually, I was surprised that a lot of people really wanted to do this. So we'll see, we'll see how big we want to make it. And the game plan is going to be this. We're going to take probably like Monday, Tuesday of next week for registration. And the first 32 people to register, we're going to lock down the contest. I'm trying to think of whether I want to do 16 or 32. Maybe I'm going to do 16, just to serve a really, really tight group. And it's going to be an elimination round. So just like in any, tournament of 16, you move to the next round, you move to the next round, you move to the next round. The way it's going to work is really interesting. All you need to do is at 1600 hours New York, or 1700 hours New York, actually 1700 hours New York if you want, upload to our website the screenshot of your account, right? Now, it's going to be your prop account, not your brokerage account. So don't worry about it. It's obviously prop, so nobody cares about your account numbers, and whatever SIM money you have in there. But the AI is going to read your full account. And as a matter of fact, you could, if you wanted to, you could upload as many accounts as you want that you're trading. Let's say you have trading 5 accounts, doesn't matter. Because the whole idea is we're going to read your total balance, the amount of money that you have in the market. So let's say, for argument's sake, if you have one $50,000 account, you upload that, you upload that information, just sort of like nothing more than just like this. Let me kind of show you. It's going to be super easy to understand if I show you. Just one sec. Let me, where's the reports? Okay. Why is it not showing me any data? Okay. Yeah, so something like this. Something like this. You just simply screenshot this, right? Just your numbers. The AI is going to be smart enough to read everything that you upload to us. Understand, for example, that if it's 5 accounts, it's going to be 250,000 basis. If it's 1 account, 50,000 basis, and whatever your return is, or whatever money you make. And top 8 returns for that day go to the next round. Then top 4 go to the next round, to the top 4, and it's going to be just super easy. All you have to do is just simply upload the screenshot of your account. Obviously, in order to stay in the game, you have to upload the same account. You can't upload one account on Monday and a second account on Tuesday. The AI will know. It will, you can't cheat it. But the whole point is that, at the end, the winner going to get a whole bunch of free prop accounts, and I'm going to try and see if I can get Kathy to agree to an actual cash prize, maybe something like a gift card to Amazon and stuff like that, just to make it fun, just to make it so that we can have a good time and see who wins. And then I'm thinking, if we do this for a couple of weeks in August, we will. So by the way, this little positional trade just obviously died out because the market looks really weak. So far the turn hasn't happened. But this is the whole point of these kind of trades, is they're not high probability like scalps. We don't have any scalp signals at all. It's just been super quiet in London. But when they do work, they're much better payoff, right? So when we get the better payoff, we will hopefully get a better turn on the move. So basically, I just told you, Haitian. I told you 1,000 times what my R&R is. 71% break even against 77% hit rate, and we've been hitting 80%. That's what we're doing. So, anyways, the idea is maybe we do like this for a couple of weeks, and then we have a tournament of champions at the end of the summer. So let me know if you guys are into it. Yesterday, a lot of people answered positively, but I just kind of want to vibe this out to everybody. because I think it'll be fun. August is kind of a slow month, and if we can spice it up a little bit and put a tournament together, it should be a lot of fun, and make it as simple and easy. All the accounting, all the stuff, we have the AI do it, so you don't have to do anything for it. Let me know if you guys are gonna want to play. All right, so I'm just actually looking at this directional trade that I made, right? And I'm just realizing I made a total error here. I'm going to buy it again. Let me see if I can get into the trade here. Okay, I'm in the trade now. Ooh, what happened? Oh, Jesus. I'm in the, I know why. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. Here's what I need to do. Let me do this. Okay, I'm in this position. Ooh. I was trying to get Q. What's going on here? Ooh, we're really getting killed. Wow. Okay. Big drop. What is this? 80 to 40. Wow, 50-point drop. Okay, so this is a bad idea on my part. Big fake out. This is actually, by the way, I love this trade. Hold on a second. Let's get serious. I love this trade to the other side. Okay, we're going to go to the 85 account. No, 86 account. And we're going to trade this the other way. This is one of my favorite. This is an off the menu type of trade. Let me see. Sell. I sold the wrong thing. Okay, exit. Shit. Sorry. This is always a problem when I'm yapping. I'm not focusing. This should have been the big contract. I sold the small contract, but this is one of my favorite trades. It happens maybe once per session. Lightning bolt up, lightning bolt down, almost always works in the direction of the reversal lightning bolt. So you could do it the other way. You could do lightning bolt down, lightning bolt up, and you're a buyer, or down up, you're a seller. And the reason why this works so well and why I absolutely love it is because basically what's happening is that the market was positioned one way and then it got completely surprised. And now they just swept it down all the way down. I wonder if this news here, do we have some Iran news here going on? Anything? Any red lines? No red markers. Because this looks like a very newsy reaction to the move. Anyways, the only frustrating part is I was just yapping and I didn't get a chance to run the big account, but the trade was totally good for the move. Okay, so now, by the way, now it gets interesting, right? So obviously we don't have any legitimate scalp trades right now, but we do have London lows made over here in the 400 level. 400 level is also, by the way, a big round number level. So now I absolutely want to trade the London low reversal if I get it. It may be another 10, 15 minutes. Maybe we're going to make fresh London lows, but yes, and we do that, by the way. Cave J, we do one. We call it one and done, and we're going to do that on NFPs. Absolutely, it's a very, very consistent way for us to get funded on Apex, because it's one of the few firms that actually allows you to do those kind of one and dones on the funded. But my bigger point is, once you get funded, you got to trade completely differently on the payout leg, and if you trade the same way to the payout leg as you do post payout leg, it's going to make it much easier for you to be able to trade it this way. All right, I'm watching the trades really come down through the 400s. They sold it very hard. Somebody came in and sold this very hard. Market is super bearish, and we actually might have some scalp conditions, because now we're in a danger zone, which means we're going to be looking for triangles, like a green triangle here in this kind of condition is going to be a great sell signal for us on a scalp basis, but maybe an interesting buy signal for us on a positional basis. So let's take a look, see what's going on. I'm going to get rid of I want to get rid of these execution marks so they don't bother us. Oh, and I forgot I don't have any triangles. I got to put the triangles on here because I was trying to. I forgot that I. So London session low is 378 now. Okay, here comes a triangle. This is going to be a scalp trade for us. We're going to, I want to get into the, I want to be in the, I go to 87 account. Let's set myself up properly here. 87, and I want to be in the NQs. And we're going to sell this. We're going to sell this signal on the close because tape is bearish, climate is volatile. This all sets us up. Let's see if it's going to be very, very patient on the close of this trade. And we're done. Why is this? Why did this not show? Hold on. What the fuck? Oh, I know why. I'm sorry because I didn't have. I'm sorry, guys. I took off all the. Let me show you. I took off all the markers, the execution mode marks, and you guys didn't see it. Let me show it to you. So here's the NQs. Here is a trade. As I said to you, we're gonna trade against it because everything told us it was a sell trade. So we waited for the close, sold here, bought here, another winner. So now we're like 3 for 3 on our scalps. Just, you know, just sniping away. Now it's only been 3 scalps. Usually we've done 7 or 8 scalps in London, but you know, the whole point of the structure is that the whole point of the trade plan is it really just selects just only the best ones for you, and therefore you don't get killed with bad selection. Now, you know, I was saying to you that on a reversal basis, like on a directional basis, you know, where do I want to find the bottom of this particular leg? So we've obviously expanded our range now down to below the 400s. I think the way I want to trade this directionally is I don't necessarily want to wait for the triangle trade. I mean, you could. Triangle trades are okay, but what I really want to wait is this one. This is the trade that I want. So I'm going to go to the 88 account and buy. I'm going to get myself. I'm going to show you again. So probably we'll see if this is going to work. But again, I am in this trade underneath. Now my stop is underneath London lows, and the idea is I have a breakout candle to the reversal side. Does that mean that we finally maybe found the bottom? I don't know, but it's a good signal for me to tell me that this could be a reversal candle. So I'm going to see if I can trade this to the upside on a big reversal move, which definitely helping me right now. Let's see if it's going to push up a little bit higher here. So my whole point is, where I think the stronger signal is on these reversal trades is actually the breakout signal, not the turn. In this case, both the green triangle and the breakouts were there. And we're there. Boom, and we're done. And I think for those of you guys who are looking for more directional trades rather than, I mean, I love my scalps, and you see, I just crank out my scalps. If I can do, 18 out of 20 scalps a day, that is just beautiful, clean money for us. But those of you guys who want to trade more positionally, like, this is great. Now, this is just like leg one, right? If you are sort of a bigger positional trader, you could say, okay, I took my short stop. I'm still staying underneath London lows. And maybe this is going to take me back up to like the 60s. A lot of times, I always said, we go from low to high in all of these range bound markets. Are much more range bound than they are directional most of the time. So the money is made on the pivots. But the great thing is that the indicator that we have is like one of the earliest pivot indicators. This was the earliest turn signal you possibly could have gotten. It got you into a trade as soon as it turned. And now, if it floats higher on a positional basis, you could be having a secondary leg that really makes you lots of money. So, I mean, I hope you guys really enjoyed it, because I love the fact that that this thing can be used. Obviously, its bread and butter is to make scalps, but it can be completely repurposed to make really, really good positional trades as well, because it gives you such early turn information. Pretty cool, right? Well, Throat Puncher, that is actually, Throat Puncher is sharing with us the fact that he was short. Then it stopped him out, and then it goes where he wanted. That's exactly what markets do. Why are you surprised? Markets are there to take away your money, not to give you money. That's what everybody's always under the impression the markets are there to give you money. No, they're there to take away your money, and they do that all the time by running your stops. It's not surprising. Remember, dealers pretty much probe, where the points of weakness are, and direction only happens when there is a big, overwhelming supply or demand from one side or the other side, right? So that's one of the reasons why we scalp. I mean, scalping is very definitive. We don't put ourselves at the mercy of the intraday flows. That's the reason why I absolutely love it. There's two reasons why scalping is kind of a really cool approach. One, just like I can predict weather in the next minute with a 99.9% confidence, and I can't predict it in the next hour, and I certainly can't predict it the next day, and I certainly can't predict it the next week. The longer you are on duration, the lower your level of confidence is in direction. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, because I have a very strict defined risk-reward ratio, and because I know that, over lots and lots and lots and lots of sample sizes, that risk-reward ratio works, I'm not at the mercy of the intraday swings, which are naturally going to be very, very, very indeterminate, very uncertain, right? Like, you never know exactly what things stand. And that's what I mean about, like, the things that we're doing right here, this is a probative trade. A probative trade is you trying to see if this is a bottom, right? And it kind of is. It gave you a bottom right now, right? And the way you would trade this, and I think next time we're gonna expand this whole directional strategy by showing you, I made the first leg. I'm still going to stay. I'm still going to use the London low as my stop, because that's a natural stop. If the second leg not takes me out to Tokyo low, I can now make double my money, right? And go this way. But that is a much lower probability trade than the one I'm scalping with, but it's a higher profit trade. It's also the bad part about scalping is it's, you snooze, you lose. The good thing is that there's like 20 or 30 opportunities a day for you to take the trade. So you don't have to get crazy if you missed one. But a lot of people don't like the speed of it. And if you want a more leisurely, less accurate, but perhaps more, but no less profitable approach, because you're using smaller sizes with bigger targets. These kind of pivot trading off of the stuff that we have, to repurposing all of our scalp signals for more directional trades, I think could be really, really interesting for a lot of people. Yeah, no, I hear you, babe. But I'm just explaining to you like why that happens. That happens all the time to me. Like one of the reasons, like, let me give you an example of what could happen right now. We get long here, right? Made our target, or the worst case scenario is it almost goes to target, stops us out, right? Maybe like 5-10 points below on the low, and then comes right back up. It happens all the time. You just have to accept. That's why you trade that with much smaller size and many more attempts. Like, you have to be willing to lose 2-3 times in a row and budget yourself for that in order to finally catch the move that you want. But then once you catch the move that you want, you can press it, and that move becomes really, really lucrative. The cool thing about our signal is it gets you into the move in the earliest possible situation, so that first of all, your risk is relatively contained, but secondly, your potential to run the reward is really, really good. That's the cool thing about using scalp signals for positional day trades, which is something that I hadn't even, never was in the back of my mind when we started developing this thing. But now I think it's kind of like a really interesting additional thing that can help us. Especially like in a market like today, we had three legitimate scalp signals in the last hour, 20 minutes. So when there isn't much to do, you can do some of this other stuff. What do you guys think? Are you vibing me on this? Is everybody vibing on what I'm saying to you guys? Good morning. Good morning. Who's new in the room here? Who's hanging out with us for the first time? We scalp every day, 6 to 10, New York time. All right, so actually, I'm going to set myself up. Now I'm going to rotate my accounts. I want to go to which one? 88, 86. Take the 86 account. Let's see what we want to do there. Where's my 86 account? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I just basically dedicated one account to kind of positional, and all the other accounts that we're going to trade on a scalp basis. That was interesting. Like, that was somebody just dumping a lot of stock, and then market just totally V-shaped on this. Wow, that was a really interesting little dump. But it go down because somebody decided to sell a lot. There was no news. Just somebody just dumped a big thing. Liquidity in NQ is horrible. It's one of the things I was bitching about yesterday. Sometimes you can't get 5 contracts done on the offer. See, by the way, remember I told you we went from London low to Tokyo low. So if we had 2 legs on this, we came out on one here, 413. The next leg would have been 452. It would have been a really, really nice trade. I'm going to try and do more of those type of trades with you guys. don't think we have any news. Yeah, nothing much. No real news here. Huh. Let me try something else here. Huh. Okay. Still working on it. I'm just working on on something in the back end. So who's all right, so here's something we could have fun with also. Positionally, just positioning. We can go back because this is not a trade for us. The trade climate is moderate, so this particular signal is not legitimate for us on a scalp basis. But this is a Tokyo low, right? We kind of ran up to Tokyo low as our structure past this thing. So we can go back to the 88 account. This is where I want to trade. I want to show you. Let me go back to this positionally, since we don't have much going on here. And and I can sell this and make sure that I'm selling it the correct one. Right. And I can sell it sort of on a positional basis, pretty much, let's say, at just above this this structure. And here you just you're probing the idea that the Tokyo low becomes a resistance point for the market, because we had a turn signal here on the Tokyo low. Now, like I said to you, true turn signal that I really like is actually the lightning bolt, like the stronger breakout signal. So whether this works or not, going to be pretty much an open question. But you're going to, the whole idea is you're going to make you're going to make one out of three of your ideas is going to work. But when it does work, it's going to pay off, and that's the whole point. These are much more probative ideas than scalping ideas, but they're worth a shot, because there's a reason for why you could have this whole area turned down, because that is the prior, that was the prior low. Remember, prior lows becomes current resistance points. So you're just practicing good technical analysis on the chart with the help of the signaling of the indicator. Trap is like for members, and it has the ability to have you can put yourself on an email list, have it emailed to you. Intel doesn't email anything. It just simply, you just have to visit the website. But on Trap, you can actually sign up for email or Telegram channel access. Oh, so when we get into the New York session, the other thing that was a really important takeaway from yesterday's session was when we are 20 or below on ATR, we can basically trade 410. Once we get a 20 or above, we want to be trading 820 as our structures, because that just otherwise the volatility is just too big to even take our micro scalps. So you got to go down on size and up on brackets. But they'll be a lot easier to do in well charts once we get into those trades. Wow, man, that was like hurry up and wait market, huh? Looks like we're going to break out. Looks like the sell-off was a kind of a fake sell-off, which is interesting because now I'm perfectly okay in reversing the trade and putting myself underneath the Tokyo lows here, like put myself underneath here on the assumption that, hey, maybe we want to clear this. Because now, if they did clear the Tokyo lows over here, possible that we start really moving. Like, in other words, they want to bury the shorts even more and squeeze them higher, take them all the way back up to VWAP. Like that, this kind of a V-shaped move, pretty unusual. And usually when it happens like this, it means that everybody who bet short is going to be in a whale of pain. So a lot of times when we get reversed, that's probably one of the best signals we have directionally on the move here. Now, what would be great is if I had a breakout signal here where it's so quiet, nothing is happening. No, well charts don't require any sign up. You can just purchase an Apex account with well charts, and you get well charts for free. I see tape in the background is turning nicely bullish. Oh, okay. We actually might have a scalp signal here. So I want to go to the 87 trade. No, 86 account. So this is a like a classic setup for us on the scalp side. Let's see if it's going to work. Why is it like? Why is it not showing up? Oh, because I'm sorry, guys. I'm on the NQ. Let me show you. So again, um, this was the classic scalp here. Another. So now we're 4 for 4. Again, very simple idea. Tape is bullish. The danger zone, perfect for our, what do you call them? Triangle trades. We're going up. We're going to fade that move. So we sold down. I buy it and I sell it off over here. So now we're actually, I think is it 6 for 6 or yeah, I think I'm 6 for 6 on these trades today. Just deadly accurate so far into the London session. The London session is almost closing up. So, and then also, by the way, here's the positional trade, right? Remember, I told you we want to reverse the positional trade. And I'm sorry, I'm like, if I was really trading the positional trades properly, I would have a couple of legs here. I would have had 2 legs, and then you see the breakout. But remember, I told you when the Tokyo low got broken out, that became a really good long trade. So I reversed from here to here, and obviously look at this. Now it became a much better long trade for us to trade. So really, I think it's so cool that we can use our scalp signals for really cool directional trades. This opens up to everybody who really wants to wants to trade with us, but doesn't necessarily like scalping. This opens up like a whole new world for you to be able to trade by using the scalp signals to trade directionally, right? I mean, I hope you guys really liked it. Today's been a really good example of this, where we caught the move here. We tried to sell this over here. We got stopped very quickly, very small risk. We reversed and boom, we caught the move there. So you sort of had 2 out of 3 winning directional trades, and it could have been a lot more. Like I could have had 2 positions here. This could have been an 80-point trade here. This gets stopped out for maybe like 30, 40 points, and this could have been another 80 to 90-point trade over here. So if you are just looking how to make money on small size but large points, this is the complement to the large size, small point scalping that we do. All right, Ricky says now he's paying more attention to me now, not because he's not a scalper. No, that's exactly, Ricky. I'm so glad. I'm glad that that's working for you. So you can take the same signals and flip them around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the end of the London session. We're going to end the London session in about 5-10 minutes, take a small break, and then we'll come back and trade the New York session with our wealth charts accounts. We've actually had a super clean day ridiculously good day. I don't want to jinx it because we've never hit 100% in our scalps. It's kind of cheating. I mean, we hit 100%, but we only had 6 trades, right? So it's not like we did 20 trades, but we did 6 trades, all of whom worked, which is, I think, a really strong testament to the regime helper trade plan that we put into place. And that's already the 3rd session in a row where we are significantly above 80% hit rate. London yesterday was 87.5%. Asia yesterday was 87.5%, and London today is 100%. So, we keep going like this for the next couple of days. A lot of people are going to have a lot more confidence in the trade plan, I think. Right? That makes sense to everybody? Richard, what are you saying? That's what you're trying to do? You try to do what? You try to directionally trade? What are you trying to do? You try to trade directionally. Yeah. So, this gives you some really interesting directional clues of how you want to trade, right? Using the scalpers. I'm going to take off all these things are starting to pollute the chart. So I'm going to take all the execution marks off. Yeah, I'm kind of very excited because I feel like, a lot of people in the room really were thirsty for directional ideas. And, because I'm so like, let me scalp it, let me scalp it, let me scalp it. All the degens in my room are very happy scalping, but real upright normal citizens. By the way, this would have been another good scalp. I'm just sort of yapping, so and I'm watching out of the corner of my eye. This would have been a perfect seventh scalp for us to take. Again, danger zone. Structure was bullish before, right over here, before it kind of came up. Could have bought this for a pop, bought this for a pop. 2 buys. Market's now kind of like, bunching up around the VWAP session. So what I was saying to you earlier is that the triangles are kind of good first indication of the turn. But where I really like, for me, the more I'm going to sort of focus on these, calling some of these day trade structures, where the real signal happens. Like let's imagine, we're going to run to London highs, just for argument's sake. We're going to run to VWAP. We're going to run to the next level. Like a really high confidence reversal signal would only, for me, start with a lightning bolt trade. So yes, you could try to take the red triangles as like initial probative areas around these things. But if you get that plus a lightning bolt trade, then you're gonna have a lot more confidence that is indeed a turn trade directionally for a bigger move. Because you see how like this was a lightning bolt trade to the other side, and that gave you huge ignition to the upside. And here we broke the Tokyo low, and lightning bolt trade give you a huge ignition to the upside the other way around. It's really, really cool to be able to use the scalp signals to trade directionally. I don't know if it's going to go to London high. That's the whole point of these directional. They're probative, right? It seems reasonable. I mean, we obviously before we get to London high, we have the VWAP level. Market has just basically been a 29,400, 600 trade. But what's interesting is clearly some buying came in. There was a whole bunch of sellers. They tried to break the lows. They really tried to break, and then the fact that the buyers just destroyed the sellers like this is a pretty interesting trade, a pretty interesting idea to maybe to the fact that maybe when New York comes on, there'll be more buying coming in. But we'll see. I mean, that's the cool thing about having these levels. We can see how it trades around these levels, and we'll see what the market wants to do. It's a combination of what's on the chart as well as our signals gives us some very, very good clues to where we want to go. So I'm going to switch over to our New York session trade. What we're going to do is we're going to trade. Hang on just a second. Yeah, don't forget, my friends at Apex, go get some Apex accounts. We're going to switch over to add wealth charts, and we're going to start taking trades on wealth charts against the signals we generate on the on TradingView. So we're going to do them side by side now. Okay. All right. Wealth charts is a really great trading platform that I truly enjoy here. Let me see where I want to go. I'm going to go to split basis. Okay, I don't need this. Okay, so where am I? I'm short here. All right. Let me make sure that just 1 second, guys. Okay. Simple conditions is 1640. That's correct. So long as vol holds. Okay. All right, let's go to '63 account. Okay, in 63 for a scalp. I'm a little bit late to the scalp because I'm just kind of watching this trade over here. But let's see if we can make that a play here. So the idea here is we're in the danger zone, which means triangle trades are okay. Slope is blah, 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 blah. Tape is neutral. Ah, fuck, just missed me. Just missed me. Tape was neutral, therefore I'm taking the sell signal. But 98. Ah, fuck. Okay, that did not work. That's our first scalp up in the New York session. So London was 6-0. New York is the first loser is the New York trade. But you know, would I have? I'm not sure. Hang on a second. What was this? The close is 99. I probably would have made it actually. It just, you know, I was just a little bit late on this trade because I'm setting up the charts. But anyways, we're going to trade scalp conditions on this thing as New York upset. But by the way, you also get that frustrating idea because look at this. We totally would have made it just simply stopped us out, and you know, it took us down here into the trade. So okay, it's fine. We'll trade this morning. Yes, unfortunately, you can't try any indicator unless you sign up for our plans. So when you're ready to sign up, I'll be happy to give you the indicator. Oh, so remember I was saying, hey, VWAP is the. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep the positional trades on here, and I'm going to go to the 88 account. Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to go to MNQ. I'm going to sell this. So we're still in the 80. Oh, so that's good. You can actually see me. I'm still in the 80. In the 80 count. So why am I taking this? Because we're in front of VWAP and we get a lightning bolt down. So if I'm over here, pretty much betting on the fact that they're turning in front of VWAP, let's see if this positional trade works. This is not a scalp trade. Scalp conditions are not conducive to this. This may, you know, obviously it could work a scalp trade, but it's not a high probability scalp trade. But positionally, this gave us an indication that the sellers, this is the first selling signal we've had in a long time against this VWAP hold. So let's see if positionally this is going to work for us as a trade. This is actually cool because I just realized something very cool. We can still keep positional trades on the charts, and we can trade the scalps on wall charts. So we can actually keep both at the same time. I don't need to flip accounts. I love split view. Split view is so cool. Thank you. Sorry. What BK dots link com? Colin, if you want to try the indicator without the tape regime overlay, but just want to try the BK dots indicator. Let me give you the link. Hang on. Let me give everybody a link. If you guys just want to try it for on a monthly basis, hang on a second. Here it is. Because they're all now. It's all going to be all the subscription side is going to be handled by our partner Flux Charts. So you can absolutely try it on a subscription basis here. So I just gave you the link. Okay, come on. Yes, the bolts and arrows. Yes, you'll get the bolts and arrows. Yes, you won't get the overlay. You won't get the overlay. Lightning bolt up. Still no scalp signals for us, so nothing to do. And this is all just positional noise up and down as we're trading it. Guys, I'm going to take a couple minute break. We'll play a little music, and then we're going to start the New York session. All right, man. So the Tokyo, the VWAP trade totally worked, right? And we got the signal down. And that picked up a nice amount of points, 94 to 71, 25 points. Nice big move here. In the meantime, still nothing really on the scalp side for us, but obviously we'll we'll wait for the next scalp signal to come in. Which account am I in? I want to be here 63. I want to be 82. Let's go to the 82 account. Okay. So I'll rotate between those two on the scalp side. But yeah, I mean, you guys can really, really see how the combination of levels, scalp signals, turns into day trading gold, right? Did you take that trade with me? Throw a puncher? Did you take that short? Hopefully you did. Sounds like you did. Ugh. Wait till coffee cups on my table. I'm trying to move everything around. Oh, nice. Good for you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Good job. All right. ATR picking up to 14, babies. It's no longer sleepy town. It's wake up. It's wake up time. So vol picking up. Price action still looks, modestly constructive. Tape is still bearish. Climate moderate, so not much going on here. Let's see how one of players. This is kind of like the history of our day trading ideas here. We got long here on this scalp up. That was nice. Could have obviously made a lot more money because we're just probing this ideas. Short against the Tokyo low, quickly stopped out and reversed because once they take out the Tokyo lows, you knew that it was going to be going higher. Went higher, took the profits here, waited quietly until we got the signal down from against the VWAP, took that and ran it down. So basically we're using scalp signals against major support resistance lines on the chart based upon session high, session lows, and VWAP to give us positional trades. It's actually, I want to bring my friend Austin Silver because I want to show this to him. I wonder what he would say about all of this on stream. Maybe next week I'm gonna start bringing people on stream on Fridays. So maybe I can get him on board and we chat about this. Maybe I'll ask him tomorrow. Tomorrow's NFPs. I wonder if he's probably going to be super busy. But tomorrow we have NFPs, so be sure, obviously, to come for that. We're going to try and do one and done on the NFPs, as always, because there's always like lots of really interesting opportunities to trade that. And then we'll trade, we'll trade everything else under the sun with this thing. So still pretty quiet, nothing much on the flow here. Okay. Good morning, everybody. We are back in business, New York session. 6 for 6 in London. 100% hit rate London today with our trade plan, with our trade tape regime trade plan. Who's just joining us? Let me know. Say hello. Still nothing on the scalp side. Triangle is under against the moderate climate, so not much play there. Hello, Striker. Where are you from? What are you trading? What do you do? So we're still stalling a little bit against, the VWAP levels, kind of breaking down Tokyo lows. You know what? Let's take this trade to the downside on the sell side. Still pressing against this highs. We're gonna so we don't have any scalp signals, but positionally, this is kind of an interesting trade. We just kind of broke Tokyo lows again. We sort of tested it, broke it. If this comes back up, I'm gonna totally reverse my trade. But if this does give us that, possibility of a further downside directional move, yeah, it's fine. Let's go for it. Good morning. Good morning, guys. We introduced a new wrinkle to our trades today, which is kind of fun, and actually having a really good time with it right now. Let's see if we can. I don't think I'm just gonna take this baby. Look at that! Looky! Look how nice that was. Look how nice directionally that was. No signals on the scalps because the climate conditions are just not quite there for us. But directionally, we broke the Tokyo lows again. So we took them to the upside, broke Tokyo lows again, and the lightning bolt is basically a trade that tells you that there is a lot of conviction in that direction, right? That's what it is. So if that's going to be the turn signal for a more directional trade, then by all means, let's take it. This is really like actually turned into a very, very good directional session trade today. More fun than scalping today because we've been so disciplined on the scalp trades that they're few and far between, but directionally we've gotten a lot of nice movement here. So good. Anybody take that trade? Jenny, good morning. Good morning. Nice to have you. Hi. Come to us on YouTube if you want to chat more directly so that we can you can see our responses and you can see other people's chats. It's at BK Forex on YouTube, guys. Come join us over there. Still, tape is bearish, climate is moderate, moderate is death. We don't trade moderate as dead money, but directionally it really worked nicely, right? We just picked up a nice big move here directionally too. Yeah, it worked well, right, DJ? Worked well. All right, probably a lot of new people came into the room. I see we're starting to really flow. So give me a +1, like maybe let me see if I can get 5 +1s, and then I'll try to explain to you what we're doing here on a detailed basis, so you sort of understand what the chart is, why the chart looks like it does, where the entries are, where the exits are, what we're scalping, what we're showing. Striker, come on, all the newbies. Let's see, Jenny, give me a +1. Come on, I want one more out of you before I explain all of this to you guys, so you can really understand what's going on. So we are actually, before I explain, we're actually now in scalp mode. Climate goes, climate just went away. Too bad. Climate went to danger zone, which would have been great for our scalp trades. Okay, so first let me explain to you the scalping protocol that we're doing. We're trading a very simple chart here. Actually, you know what? Let me take you to a clean chart. Okay. Well, hold on. I might have some things to do here. No, nothing. Okay. So the chart has two types of signals on it: the triangles, which are reversal trades, and lightning bolts, which are momentum continuation trades. We're trading these signals against this little dashboard that tells us when to trade and when not to trade. And there are two distinct environments when we want to trade. When the trade climate is safe, very, very calm, the price action is sort of slow, and we get a big breakout signal like this, that's when we want to take these big breakout signals. These big breakout signals work absolutely best out of slow, quiet, sleepy markets. So we get a safe condition. The tape is in a direction of our lightning bolt. So let's say lightning bolt is down and tape is bearish. That's we get short. However, if we have a sleepy market, the tape is bearish. The tape says the market should be sold, but we get a breakout signal. What we do then is we actually fade. We sell the breakout because we trust the tape signal first. So the sequence of trust goes climate, tape, direction. Direction is the last sequence. Now, most of the time, we obviously want the tape and the direction to line up because that always gives us a lot of confidence. But when they disagree, it's the tape that wins. If the tape is neutral, then it always goes to direction. But if the tape is one way, but direction is the other way, we always go the other way. So that's scalp. We do that all day, every day. Under these new conditions, we've done a lot less. We used to do like 10 scalps an hour. Now we're like literally doing 3. And in fact, in the New York hour, we only did 1. We just not had any scalp conditions. But the accuracy is out of this world. London was 6-0. Yesterday, London was 7 for 8. Last night, Japan was 7 for 8 in gold signals and everything else. So we have less signals, but much more accuracy. So that's the scalp position. Now, we've also today just been playing around with directional trades using our scalps as signals for entry. And that's been working super well. And the way we're sort of structuring is we obviously, our indicator also has all the key levels. throughout the day. London highs, VWAPs, Tokyo highs and lows, and everything else. So what we're looking for is directional clues off these levels. So in this case, the London low was here. We had a big breakout. We went long. We went long. This is where you see this. Oops. Sorry, what did I just do? Oops. Sorry. Okay. This is where you see us making money here. Went long here, out here, right? Then we were using the same directional levels over here against the Tokyo high, Tokyo low. We took a short over here against the Tokyo low, got stopped out. The moment you get stopped out and the Tokyo low gets taken out, we reversed. Reversing this put us right back into positive play. Then we stalled out in front of VWAP, and we got a lightning bolt down, our scalp signal to the downside. We took that trade all the way down and made money over here. So it's been actually a super valuable, interesting trade here to the downside. And then we made, oh, sorry, I forgot the last one is Tokyo low level over here. Lightning bolt down, broke down the Tokyo low. We shorted again, made more money here. So while the scalp has been pretty quiet because it's just simply been super filtered and very disciplined, the directional trades have really worked very, very nicely. Now, directional trades are by far the far less accurate than the scalp trades, but they're also much bigger targets, much bigger, better risk rewards, longer targets, and we just simply trade them with smaller size. Either way, it's been working really well. So we're just gonna stick to our plan. So what I'm gonna try and do, the cool thing that I kind of just realized is we can take the directional trades in my Tradingview accounts over here in this 88 account, and we'll just scalp the New York session out of my Wealth Charts account over here whenever we get a scalp condition. So on scalping, I'm trading with Wealth Charts. I'm actually trading 5 MNQ, so half a lot. I'm trading half a lot, and a target. We're just trading 4-point target, 10-point stop. It's a 71% break-even rate. You gotta make 71%, and our game plan is to make. It's basically tested 77.7% accuracy is what we've been doing. But since we put the filter in, it's been above 80, and that's really kind of nirvana. I'm basically I'm taking a 70% break even and trying to run it to 80% or higher accuracy, and that puts P&L on the table. So that's what we're trying to do. We had extraordinarily good last couple of days. We'll see if it lasts, but I did not expect to go 100% today in London, and we did. So we'll see. No, nope. It will not be available through Forex Charts in the future. That is for like lifetime annuals. I mean, I may make it if you get the Flux Stock, if you get the annual subscription, then yes, I will make it for you. But that's the only way I would do it. So that's for scalping. Scalping generally, I'm actually trading. In my trader base, I'm trading 1 NQ, but in Wealth Charts, I'm trading half. Okay, just a little bit less. As far as positional trades, the proper size would be 2 small contracts, 2 MNQs. You take one, you take the early exit on one, and you try to take the second exit, like the bigger milk exit on the second one. But right now I'm just trading with one. I'm just trading with one contract just to kind of get our feet, get ourselves acclimated. We're always experimenting with new ideas, and it takes once you want to get all the mechanics right before you kind of commit to them fully. Yes, Striker. Great question. So the stop target that I gave you is against ATR 20 or less, right? So ATR is 13 now, 20 or less. That's kind of what we run. Once we get above 20, which is going to come up in New York session pretty soon, we're going to double. We're going to double and half the size. We're going to go to two contracts. We're going to trade 20. Because we tried to do the small scalp yesterday. It just got decimated. So and then once we get to ATR above 40, which sometimes happens, we just don't fuck around with it. It's I don't need to trade the super volatile markets because the scalping actually does very, very well in the ATR 20 or less markets. Even at like 6 or 7 today in London, which was super quiet, we were fine. But the bigger the ATR, the greater the potential of unnecessary stops. So that's kind of how it should. Now you could completely modify it to whatever you want, and you probably could make the New York session work for you really well if you adjusted the settings differently. But since I am primarily scalping Asia and London with you guys most of the time, those are the perfect settings for that session. New York session is always a whirlwind. And in fact, I mean, what I really like is that we focus a little bit more on directional trades in New York session, because directionally we can trade smaller size, larger targets, and that could work pretty well for us. All right. Anyways, still no scalp signals. Structure is moderate against the bearish background, so we don't have anything much going on over here right now. Just chilling like a villain. 8:16. No. Do we have anything on the calendar? Let's see. Jobless claims. Nothing. It just really jobless claims. The money trade will be tomorrow. NFP will be tomorrow. Yeah, stocks wander is the right description. Oh, okay. So we have a no trade. No trade on this. We have a wait. Why is there no? Oh, hold on a second. What's going on over here? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my lightning bolt? Okay, so we have a lightning bolt structure here, but trade climate is in danger. We're just not taking the trade. It would have worked perfectly fine, but we're just not taking the trade right now because it's not fully conditional to where we want to be. Now, notice, guys, we're almost right back to London lows, right? So now it gets really interesting. Do we break London lows, or is it going to be a double bottom? So we'll see. Let's see how it plays out. Might be getting a triangle trade here. This should be an interesting trade for us on a signal basis if it comes in. Let's see. Straight down, baby. Straight down. Let's see if we get a green triangle reversal signal here, because we're still in that perfect danger zone for us to be able to find a good short. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, 49 seconds left. So I'm going to wait for the close, and we're going to short this trade. Even though it's a green triangle, we're trading tape first, tape second, direction third. Where's my little thing? Here it is. Here's my trade plan. Looks like it's a big turn place. Not gonna be scalping off this thing. Oh, the tape turn neutral. So this trade may not work, man. Scalp trades are just not working that well. However, this is a turn trade directionally for us, right? Turn trade directionally. Let's go. Let's make this a buy trade directionally here. We'll stay underneath. Really should be staying underneath the London lows. All right, the scalp trade did not work because it was just it went from a negative bullish tape to neutral, and I should have flipped over the other side, but I didn't. But this is telling us that the London low may hold, and we're now positionally on this trade here, and we're going to give it a shot. I want to check something. I want to see, because I was not paying full attention. I want to see if this thing turned, if this was at the point here. I may have missed my. Yeah, see, look at that. Tape turned neutral. I totally misread this thing. Tape turned neutral. We should have gone long this thing. I misread the scalp. And that happens because so you have to really focus on both both things. And I didn't realize the tape had turned neutral instead of this. I should have flipped my thing. Okay. This is working nicely. Let's see if we can get this going. You know what? I'm going to get out of this trade because I'm getting red triangles. That was a nice positional trade here. I could have taken a little bit more out of it, but it was pretty much to the Tokyo low. Let's see what it wants to do as far as structure goes. And I am going to now really lock in on my scalp trades so that we can execute them properly. Climate is moderate. I'm watching the climate here as my number one issue. $8.25 news coming up on just jobless claims, nothing much. But we held the lows. Lightning bolt signal gave us the perfect long entry, and the trade really turned nicely to the upside here on a directional move. Climate is moderate, so nothing much going on here. Okay, directions. Now we're safe, so only lightning bolt trades are in play. ATR is 12. So we need a big body candle to make this a lightning bolt trade. You see, by the way, like I'll use my little boomer cam here. You see how like the price action really slowed down. If you were to take the slope of like the last 10 candles, they're sort of very, very slow. That's what's creating the safe condition. That's what's creating the condition for a possible breakout. The breakout from a sleepy market is the one you want to take. The breakdown in a highly volatile market, no, because it's going to invite a retrace. That's the underlying thesis behind the structure that we trade. That's kind of the mathematics of what we do. So just kind of give you an idea why the scalps work, or why the scalps should work if if executed properly. By the way, back to like kind of Tokyo lows, right? Bounce London lows, Tokyo lows. That's the boundary. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody coming to the New York room. Good to have you. Everybody filling up. So let me tell you what we're doing today a little bit differently. We're scalping on the right, kind of day trading on the left, right? As you're looking at my chart, we're looking on the trading view. We're taking some day trades, essentially off of our scalp signals against key levels on the market. And here we're just sticking to our bread and butter scalp structures, which have been few and far between, by the way, because we're sticking to a very, very strict protocol. Our trade, where's my thing? We're sticking to our trade plan here. Where's my trade plan? Oh, My trade plan is just, oh. What happened to my trade plan? Okay. Wow, interesting. So, I guess we have news. Let's see what's on the news. Labor costs 1.3, forecast was 2.1. That's actually pretty, wow, that's really, really positive. Jobless claims 1.8, 1.789, just a little bit higher. Seeks to raise 25 billion from bond offering. It's actually pretty positive. Pretty positive on the inflation front. Jobless are a little bit higher. I'm trying to see. That's clearly got to be low. There's just no way that you're going to be able to justify interest rate hikes in this environment. Got to be pretty positive on the news flow. Let's see if we get a conditions are bullish. If we get a breakout candle, we definitely want to take it on the scalp sides here. Like nothing going on here. Nobody really reacting. ADR up to 14. Once we get to like 17, 18, I'm going to switch my stops and targets and contract my size to the larger scale scalp. We're going to trade 820 instead of 410s on the scalp side. Yeah, market just like going nowhere. By the way, if this, like, I get a lightning bolt trade to the upside, it takes out Tokyo low to the upside, I got to go long positionally too. Like, you want to probably go long positionally against probably this stop or even this stop over here, on the assumption that this is the market really wants to go higher. Again, notice that if trying to, why is the trade climate safe? Because you can see that price action just compressed completely. The slope of the 8 SMA super flat as well, right? These are the conditions where the breakout trades work best. We're just waiting for a breakout trade here. Let's see how it plays out. Hey, where do we like, isn't today Thursday? Weren't we supposed to get a deal in Hormuz yesterday? I feel like it's like Groundhog Day on the Iranian situation. Who's in the room trading here, while we're hanging out, I'm curious here. Type FUTS, F-U-T, if you're trading futures prop, and try to type CFD if you're trading CFD prop. Because I have good tools for both of you guys for free, but I'm just curious who's trading what. Here we go. Can we get a fucking breakout here, please? Can a brother get a breakout? I need a lightning bolt trade starting to pop up. Trading FUTs? Okay, sounds good. Everybody's trading FUTs, and anybody trading CFDs? Everybody trading FUTs. Okay, come on, hit me more. Hit me more. Let me know. FUTs not prop. Richard, man. You're so square. You're actually trading. Oh, there we go. So some CFDs. One person trading CFDs. Okay. All right. And on the FUT side, are you guys? And there's a couple of trading both. Okay. Everybody trading FUTs. On the FUT side, are you guys trading like web-based platforms, like Trade-O-Bait or Wealth Charts primarily? Anybody trading NinjaTrader as a platform? Richard is trading NinjaTrader. Okay. Wow. Okay. Jojo, is that yes to Ninja? You know what? Just type in the word Ninja. I'm actually curious because I would love to be able to do some. We have a great tool for CFDs. And for those of you guys, I'm going to put the link in right now. I have a whole, our sister website, Prop Trader Edge, which I'm going to really trade more from. I have like a little called proptraderedgetools.com, which is an extended website. And oops, what is this? Oh, because I can't spell for shit. Prop Trader Edge Tools. Right. Okay, here we go. So those of you guys who trade CFDs, completely free tool with from our friends at Ola. That you can get. This is an MT5 tool that helps you trade. You can see the whole thing of exactly what it does. Just go to the website, check it out. This works on any MT5 platform, by the way. But to get it, you just have to have an account with. You can, you get an account with Ola, but you can use it on any MT5 platform. Like it's not restricted to just that. But it's amazing in terms of being able to give you all the functionality. It gives you stops, targets, preset brackets, a single keystroke, so you can hit S and it will sell. You can hit buy and it will buy. You know how valuable that is in MetaTrader when like it's so annoying to set everything up. And then it has a whole bunch of partial closes, trailing stops. The partial closes is really cool. You could literally hit the P key and it will exit a quarter position, move everything to break even, exit another quarter position, just sort of completely automated. You can blend into a position with an average price, all sorts of other stuff, like really cool. You can see that I put the videos up there. So I kind of want to create the same thing for futures once people get on Ninja. I'm not gonna create the indicator for Ninja, but I will create, or maybe I will create the indicator. But the point is that you can create a lot of this functionality on Ninja, the trading functionality. Like Wealth Charts has the best web-based trading functionality with join ask, join bid, but stuff like that. But still, there's a lot of stuff here that that we don't have. Like the way I would create it, you could have a single click entry, single click exits, partial exits. Staggered ladders, like you could buy every 5 points down, because like if you're getting yourself into a position. It's very hard sometimes to get positioned at a single price, and you could just kind of ladder yourself in, ladder yourself out. Just a much more sophisticated way of managing inventory, which would absolutely improve your net basis performance. So I'm kind of playing around with that. I just want to know what people were trading on the side. But if you're doing CFDs, absolutely go out there, go get the Ola Prime CFD Trader. And you can use it, as I said, you can use it on any MT5 account. And hopefully you guys will really like it. All right, where are we at? Oh, still nothing. Oh, we got a lightning bolt, but not in my not in my trade climate. So I don't have any trades. We actually went to Tokyo low. I was going to say, if this was a lightning bolt to the downside, it probably would have been a good sell condition here, but didn't quite give us the sell signals. Right now, Tokyo low is containing all of this price action right now. Okay, George, we'll see you. Tomorrow. Remember, the beautiful thing is, you're trading with Apex. Just reset those accounts for a couple of bucks, and you're good to go. Get nice and fresh and get cleaned up. The other thing is, you notice I traded very little today, right? I just, you see, I'm sitting on my ass. I don't have any scalp trades today. It's insane that I don't have any scalp trades for the last hour, but I don't. And that's a testament to the plan, right? Well, like you said, it's choppy. I'm just not getting the signals. I'm not doing the signals. I'm doing, a little bit of directional day trading when I get a chance, but that's about it. I'm using TradingView. I have the biggest plan, the Pro plan, but TradingView every Thanksgiving has a huge Thanksgiving Day sale. So I just lock in that plan for half price, and you can have it for a year. But you don't need anything more than a $15 plan for TradingView, because our indicators work on the free version of it. But if you really want a couple of indicators, you want a $15 plan. Why don't I use tick charts? Because I don't need to. Signals work fine on the 1 minute charts. Yeah, you try not. The key thing to trading is not to overcomplicate. You see, I'm keeping it. We spent most of our summer stripping away. Right, it's just stripping away to its core essence, and that's it's really helped us get a lot more accurate in our scalping. So just trying to keep it simple. Yeah, price action is definitely very, very choppy. Very little follow through. Just looking at it, I was trying to see if we're going to get a lightning bolt trade, and it's just not there. It's kind of very half measured steps on the trade. But we did turn against the Tokyo lows over here, right? Kind of tempted. I think I might take a small on the 88. Let's just sell the ask. Let's see if I can get to the ask. All right, I'm going to trade against. I took this trade because I don't have a lightning bolt move here to the downside, but this is a red triangle, kind of a positional trade, right? We're going to just basically stay right above the Tokyo lows. to see if I get a little bit of acceleration. It feels like they want to take, like, the bears. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels like the bears are pressing. And if they're pressing, they would probably want to gun the London lows. So positionally, this isn't the worst idea in the world positionally. So let's see if we can squeeze it out a little bit more. Still no scalp signals because trade climate is not conducive, just in moderate territory for us. What's CVD, big Teflon? Cumulative volume delta? Yeah. The volume delta. That's why, guys, I know that Sam, for example, loves volume delta. That's why I put my faith into price. Price is what pays. Everything else is kabuki theater. Everything else is just there to amuse you. All right, you know what? I'm going to take this nice, clean little positional trade. It's kind of working for us. We'll take it over here for a nice, clean move. It's probably going to go a little bit further, but we've had a good run with the positional trades. The only reason why I took it here is because my entry was a little bit late, right? The proper entry would have been on this, excuse me, red triangle, but which would have given me a better risk-reward ratio. So at this point, we also have the green triangle kind of telling us a little bit of a pause on the buyer side. Still think probably it's going to go to London lows. But again, since we're trading with one unit, not with two units, and I don't get a chance to kind of do a runner, I will leave it alone. Conditions are safe. There's nothing here on the scalp side for us. Oh man, the scalp side is just really, really dead. Conditions are safe. This only becomes a trade if it's a lightning bolt trade. I think this is the longest I've gone without a scalp in in a year, right? I mean, we've gone like what time is it? 8:48. Well, no, it feels longer than that, but it's been a good almost hour without, no, maybe half an hour without scalping. This was the last scalp I took. It wasn't even the correct one right over here. So this was at what time? What time was this? 8:20. Yeah, it's almost half an hour. God, man, half an hour without a scalp, it feels like a lifetime. Untradable? Well, we're trading it, right? It's working for us. What's untradable is the scalp structure probably, but positionally it's been kind of working. So, one man's feast is another man's famine, I guess, or one man's famine is another man's feast. Just depends on the structure. Now, Striker, we don't have free trials. I think did I give you the link to the monthly? You can try it. You can try it for a month. You want me to give you a link for the monthly one, Striker? Here's the monthly. Here's the link to the monthly. Okay. cool. Gilberto, good morning. Tam, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, cool, Colin. Cool. Oh, for those of you guys that want, let me give you, this is actually free, the PDF. You can download the DOTS PDF, Colin. Okay, cool. All right, safe conditions. I'm still looking for that breakout. Where's my, like zero light? We have not had a lightning bolt for like 20 minutes. Just no vol. No vol. You guys, and I hear a lot of people are kind of getting frustrated. I totally feel you, but you see, I'm not trading. Like I'm just like sitting here because that's the whole point. There is very little continuity, so no point in committing to trades. We could just watch the grass grow. You can buy reverse. You can buy the monthly. I just put in the monthly link. That's very inexpensive. So if you want to try the indicator for a month, you can try it over here on the link here. Paint dry, grass grow. I bet it's going to explode like a motherfucker on the open. It's always like this: quiet, and then boom, explosion. ATR now compressed to 11. You know how many wins? I'm gonna laugh. I'm going to laugh at the fact that the day trades today were. Let me just hang on a second. Let me organize my little screens here. I'm just curious. Now I'm just really curious. This was the 88 account. Okay, let's see. Ha! Ah. All right. What would you guess is the win ratio today on the day trades? What would you guess? What do you think is the win ratio on the day trades? We did 12 day trades. Guess how many of those were winners? Who wants to guess? Come on. Yeah, pretty close. 9 out of 12, 75% win rate on day trades. Remember, those are like 1-to-1 risk reward ratios, pretty much. That's hilarious. Wow, that really worked today. And that was just like a fuck around idea that I had yesterday. I was like, because I noticed this yesterday. I was like, like these things are really, really cool at the key pivot points on the chart. We should really start looking at them more seriously. And there you go. There you go. Not bad. Not bad for not even trying. Here we go. Finally. Lightning bolt trade, bearish side. Oh shit, I gotta sell. I'm sleeping. Come on. Fuck. I'm late on this trade. Come on, baby. Come on. Just lulled into complacency, and I got a bad execution on this. So annoying. The close on this would have been the execution. 3, and it went all the way down, and I'm gonna have to flatten out on this. Fuck. Damn it, I totally hit my target. Sorry, guys. So this was a good trade that I only made half on the move instead of the full move. And for 2 reasons. Because I was sleeping on the job. I was yapping as I always do. The entry should have been on the close of this thing. Even like 10 seconds later, I got a 3-point worse entry. So by the time it went down, I was like, I gotta take 3 points out of it instead of 4. But whatever. All right, we made a little bit of money. I can't be crying about this, but it was just bad execution. Should have been a better execution on this, because this was a super clean, easy trade. Bearish tape, safe climate, boom. Should have just hit it. It just kind of snuck up on me at the last very second as a lightning bolt trade, and I wasn't paying attention. The entry signal was the lightning bolt trade. That's a breakout trade under safe conditions. A couple of candles back, the trade climate was still relatively safe, meaning it was low volatility, and then boom, we should have hit it. So I hit it, but not quite to the full extent. All right, still, never mind. I mean, we're literally 1-1 in New York. Literally 1-1 in New York session, because we only had 2 legitimate scalp trades. This was the first one that showed up in like 45 minutes, which is why I was like comatose. That's something kind of lulled to sleep. But that happens. By the way, the cool thing about Ninja, and I got to double check this because I forgot somebody was in chat and they were telling me this, that Apex does not have a problem with an algorithmic entry as long as it's not just a continuous robot. I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check with Vince just to make sure. But if it's like the cool thing about this is something I could definitely do for us maybe the next week or 2 is where the whole point of a robot is that it does the work for you, so you don't have to do the dirty work. We could preset the robot to the condition that I want. That is, everything is there, sloped, tape, climate, everything. And the robot would have entered this trade right on the close for the full, for the perfect execution. And if I set the robot to like 1 execution per trade, so basically you set it and you say, okay, next site, next setup, take it. I think that Apex would be okay with that, and that would really help us hit the targets. New York session starts 9:30. God, I wish the guy was in the room today, because he really knew a lot about that. I'd love to talk to him about it. All right, are we open? No, 9 o'clock. We got still half an hour to the open. I told you they're looking for London lows, right? I mean, they're really looking for London lows. We got no signals on any structure, neither day trading nor scalping right now. Climate just moved to moderate. Otherwise, this would be a good sell trade. Like, should I break my own rules? Let's do it. What the fuck? Let's join ask. Let me see if I got into the trade here. Let's see if I'm going to pay for my insolence. Probably, because this was, again, oh no, now it's danger. That's really, really bad. Yeah. I'm really going to get fucked on this. So I'm just breaking my own rules to show you that you shouldn't break my own rules. So the point is, this trade only works in calm conditions. Now it's a volatile condition, and it's probably going to retrace up my ass and stop me out. But, I show you what not to do. Again, because I just bored and took the trade, right? See this lightning bolt trade that fails based upon a retrace basis. Yeah. I know, Gilberto. I know. You're right. Oh, we do have, this is one of my favorite trades. Okay, let's go. Now I want to buy. I definitely want to buy on this. So let's see if this is going to work. This is lightning bolt up, lightning bolt down. This is an off the menu trade. Let's see if that's going to work for me on this trade here. I love this trade. Hopefully it will resolve up. We'll see. It's basically a volatility reversal trade. Although, again, I probably am late on the entry. What was the close on this? 93, 97. Yeah, let's see. It was almost there. Come on, Poppy. Let's go. Let's go, Poppy. There we go. There we go. Now that is my real money trade. The problem is that trade only happens like once a session. But when you get that set up, lightning bolt up, lightning bolt down, volatility up, volatility down, so much confidence in the second. The whole idea is to go with the second lightning bolt. Because what's happening here is they tried to really, really take out the lows, and they got their ass handed to them, right? It's like you ever see those internet fights like on X or YouTube where you have some big guy trying to bully the small guy, and he thinks he's really, really got the small guy down, and then the small guy takes him down on the ground and just beats the living shit out of him. That's the trade, where this is the bully and this is the other guy coming back and just beating the fuck out of him the other way. And if you join right here, you have a really, really strong chance of making the trade. So I have redeemed myself a little bit. Yeah, Peter, exactly, right? But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened here. We just took the nice flip. Lightning bolt flip. That's the trade. It's lightning bolt flip. It's like the little guy flipping the big guy onto the pavement. How many of you guys have seen those fights on the X? Come on. Show of hands. Tell me that I'm not the only degenerate that gets huge amount of really dumbass stuff served to his feed. Nobody? You know what I'm talking about? Richard says I'm from Florida. I guess that's no, we're not talking MMA. We're talking about like, street, like stupid videos of street fights, where you have some big ass guy who thinks he's just a big bully jack shit. He starts picking on some small guy. And then by the end of it, he just has his ass handed to him because the small guy knows how to fight. He knows how to use, how to use the body against itself. Anyways, it's an analogy. It's a fun analogy. I always love those. I'm always rooting for the little guy to beat the shit out of the big guy. I hate bullies. Yeah, on YouTube's. No, they're not acted. Those are not acted. Some of them are acted, but the ones you see are not acted, my friend. They're too sloppy and too all over the place to be acted. All right, we are London low, London calling, baby. Okay, so here's where it gets kind of fun, right? So I probably should not screw around with this until the New York opens. But what I was going to say is, if we get lightning bolt up, breakout trade to the upside, we got to take this, even if it doesn't work. We got to take, because this is such a natural support level over here, right? They may bring it down a little bit further, but if they probe it, and they start to break it back to the upside, you gotta be a believer that's going to be a decent day trading entry, not a scalping entry, but a day trading entry, for the trade. Fresh London lows, lightning bolt to the downside, so not a trade for us, and not the trade that we're looking for, but it's there. Oh yeah, that's also funny too. When the little guy tries to like a Chihuahua tries to pick on a Great Dane. All right. Don't forget, tomorrow, NFPs, guys. Come early, trade often. Interesting session. I'm absolutely convinced we're going to be able to make money on the new straddle. So we'll probably trade a couple of accounts, get a couple of fresh accounts on Tradingview, and a couple of ones on Well Charts. Oh my God. My high school is having a 45-year reunion. Oh, hang on. We got to trade. Where am I? This is a green triangle against a bearish tape. So we're going to be selling this. On the close. We're going to fade this move against the London low. It's going to be interesting to see if we can make it work, but we're going to give it a shot. Ten seconds left. 8, 5, 4. Okay, we're short. Let's see if this works for us. I'm at 61. I need to see 50 something. Come on. Oh, fuck. Just missing my target. God damn it. Come on. No. Fuck. It's not going to work. It's 3 minutes into the trade. The scalp is not going to work. I should have covered it up a minute ago. Come on. Fuck no. Oh, come on. No. Damn it. I'm taking it out flat. Now, this trade could still work, but I don't give a shit. I have a very, very specific rule. Trade should work in the first minute. Now, it's obviously going to work. It always goes to target after I close my trade. Always. Like, it's Murphy's rule. So if you stayed in it, it would have worked. So this is a scratch, but it doesn't matter because the idea is it should work on the first. It just barely missed my target twice. And then pressed against me, and then on the third time, obviously, of course, and this is just part of trading. But my rule is, like, if I am not done in 2 minutes and I have a flat position, I'm going to take it, even though eventually this would have made the trade. But I don't care. You want the setup to work in the first 2 minutes. It did not. It turns into a flat trade. So we made it into a flat trade. There's always going to be another trade, and your job when you're scalping is to minimize the losses. The profits take care of themselves. So I got defensive, but it always works. Whenever I cover flat, it always goes to target. Always goes to target. It's the Murphy's rule of life. But anyways, this was the structure. It just teased us for 2 trades before it finally turned. Stairway to heaven. That's right, baby. No, not 5 people showing up. Like, everybody's showing up. But I'm not going to be able to go there. But I may come to the. I may definitely come to the 50th. We have, like, a lot of people in my class, me included, who still have, like, school-age children. Like, we just have a young, like, guys who are just still in good shape, who are on their first child, not their grandchild. Although we also have, like, people in my class who have tons of grandchildren. Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys, I'm yapping. I'm glad I didn't take it. This is even though this is a scalp signal, I don't like it because it's it was like a secondary scalp signal here. Conditions are, I should take the trade, but I'm going to ignore my own trade here. Let me see. All right, let me just do this. See if I can get into the trade. Okay, let's see if this is going to work for me. Yep. So, and this is like a perfect example of, like, trust your process. This was a second green, and I was like, it looks like it's going to pop. It's going to pop. And then it looked like it popped up and came back down. And this one worked beautifully. So, again, what's the trade? The trade is triangle works in danger conditions, high volatility trades. The slope at the time that I was looking at it was bearish. So I still had a chance to sell it. Now the slope went neutral. The bearishness has kind of disappeared out of the market, right? The bearish has kind of disappeared out of the market. This actually sets us up now. If we want for a very, very low risk trade. We're going to buy the bid here. And we're going to stay pretty much like right underneath here. The reason why it's a low risk trade, and it's probably going to be a low reward trade too. Usually when they're low risk, you're going to eat the risk. The idea being is that we had a double green buyback near the London lows, but now it's just gonna probably take us out. Takes us out on this thing, but it was a small risk to take. It's only like maybe about 20 points worth of risk here. If we can survive it, there'll be a great trade. If we can't, there'll be a turn trade that'll be much better coming up soon. But directionally, as a day trade, it wasn't a horrible idea, even though it's low risk also means low probability, right? But now it's popping, so we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to get this going. Look at that. Now this turns into the trade that we want. Lightning bolt up. Well, let's see if it holds. Let's see if I can get a lightning bolt up to hold. If I can get that lightning bolt up to hold, then you have a lot more confidence that this is actually a halfway decent turn trade off the London lows, right? Come on, lightning bolt. Light me up, baby. Light me up. Let's go. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Let's go. No, not quite. Not quite. So it teased us on the market. What I should have done is I should have just exited on that thing and then waited for it to close and then come back to it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna exit this position flat. Come on, get out. Why can't I get out? Oh, because I'm in the wrong one. Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna exit this position with a mild profit and wait. Now I'm gonna just wait. Now I probably misplayed this because maybe I won't get the lightning bolt up, but the true signal here would be a lightning bolt up, right? That would give us confidence that it's really, really turning. Otherwise, it's just teasing, right? Otherwise, it's just teasing. I don't, when I'm scalping, guys, I'm pretty much always entering market. When you're entering market, you buy on the ask, or sell on the bid, right? Because that's market entry. So when I'm scalping, I'm always generally entering market, exiting limit. So if let's say I'm selling, I'm going to sell bid, but then I'm going to buy bid. That means I am going to save 1/2 of the spread. I'm going to save 1/2 of the spread always on the scalp side. On the scalp side, if I'm buying, I'm going to buy the ask, but then also sell on the ask. So I'm always saving 1/2 of the spread. When I'm doing directional trades, which are much more languid and not nearly as because with scalp, if you're not in it, you can't win it. That's the bottom line. You snooze, you lose in scalp, right? It's not a matter of seconds, a matter of half seconds. So you got to enter. So I don't fool around with scalp unless, like, in this particular case, there was a few times where I will try to get on especially in well charts where it's really, really easy, join ask, join bid. I may use those buttons occasionally. But when I'm doing directional trades over here, I'm pretty much always trying to get if I'm buying, buy on the bid, selling, sell on the offer, because here you can, saving the spread just helps you, and you're not gonna lose the trade. It's not gonna go away from you. You can be more patient and get better fills. So yeah, I mean that's the technique depending on what you're doing. When I'm doing scalping and a straight up scalping, it's always enter market exit limit. Does that make sense, Hound Dog? You see what I'm saying to you? Are we vibing? So you see me, I got out of that positional trade, right? Actually made a little bit of money, got a little bit lucky. And it was the right instinct. It was right. Like first my instinct was, oh, I got double greens. Let's see if the London low holds, right? We did survive London hold, but the true turn signal would have been a lightning bolt. We got no lightning bolts. Zeus has not spoken. The Zeus trade has not spoken yet. Oh my God, my daughter was, there's this really, really mediocre musical on Broadway that I guess they did. Like, my daughter goes to this drama camp because she's a dancer and a singer and artist. Clearly my wife's child, not my child. But anyways, and she's very good. She's really, really, really talented kid. But they cast her in this musical called Xanadu, which was just like a horrible musical on Broadway. The musical itself was horrible, really, really badly done. Like the director of this musical, my daughter was completely wasted her talent, miscast. But the kids who were cast were just like the worst actors ever. One of them was playing Zeus. A girl was playing Zeus, and it was like almost like a kindergarten play in that sense. Just really funny. She was just reading throwing her lines, not acting at all, and it just made me laugh. And I was just thinking, lightning. But she had lightning bolt on her. She was holding lightning bolt to signify that she was Zeus. So it made me think of the Zeus trait. But the other thing is, I don't know if you guys in high school ever had to learn Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Kubla Khan, the poem where Alf the Sacred River ran through caverns measureless to man down to a sunless sea. But that poem, like, I learned it in high school and it was just burnt into my mind's eye, all, the whole stanza. And that was, it was in the play. So like almost like a Pavlovian response. When they started, quoting the line, I started quoting the whole poem right back. It was just really funny. I know, right? I couldn't remember what I had for breakfast today, but I could remember that poem. Like, you could wake me up from dead sleep and I could recite it to you. I don't know why. It just always stuck with me. It's actually, that he wrote that poem in I think he was having a heroin trip. I mean, he was having some kind of a drug-induced trip. All the romantics were like on drugs at that point. He was having a drug-induced trip. He woke up in the middle of the night, wrote the poem, went back to sleep, didn't even remember he wrote it. And it was like one of the greatest pieces of English literature ever. So we are chilling back to, I'm actually surprised the trade climate is still in danger zone. I guess it's just catching up because it looks like we're kind of flattening out. Although ATR is at 13, so it's pretty good. We are only 7 minutes away from the open. So let's see what the open brings us. We're going to just chill out. No, in school, I had no idea. Like in high school, I had no idea like what I wanted to do in my life at all. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life after college. I stumbled into Wall Street because after college, I don't know, I already forget how the fuck I ended up there. I actually, like, it's always really interesting how your life can change. In college, I majored in economics just because I was bored. I really had no, just couldn't find anything that I really liked. And I was, and I sort of liked it, and it was pretty good. But it was the great thing. I went to Columbia University back when Columbia University was a great school. Now I want the whole fucking campus burnt to the ground and every professor shot and killed, straight up Mao style, because they're all fucking terrorists. But we gotta. So are we up? No, it's not up. It's not up yet. I was like, are we opening up? But anyways, I was like an economics major, and I got an offer to work for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York out of college. And I was such a stupid, snotty little kid. I was like, I don't think I want to do that, you know? And at that time, it was like middle 80s. The FX desk on the federal, desk was like 3 people. I could have been on that, sitting on that desk. It's just really, really funny because like 20 years later, then I started trading FX with FXCM. But yeah, no. So I passed up, and then somehow I wound up working for a financial public relations firm, and that's how I got into the market for a while. And then I went to Drexel Burnham Lambert, otherwise known as Drexel Burnham and Chernham, and that was a really, really fun time. And then I left Wall Street completely, and I actually worked in software during the .com boom. I was like my whole early life is like Zelig. I was in every bubble, right smack dab in the middle of it. So the whole .com bubble, I was just shuttling between San Francisco and New York. That was still the greatest bubble time of all time. I keep telling people, yeah. So like in '87, I managed to survive 1987 crash at Drexel Burnham Lambert, and then in the 2000, I managed to survive the .com crash with all the software companies. But I always say like, at that time I probably negotiated about $100 million worth of stock deals for people. Guess how many people cashed in? Out of the $100 million I negotiated for people, how many people actually cashed their stock? Want to guess? One guy was smart enough to vest his options for $3 million. One guy. Everybody else burnt their money to the ground. That was like the greatest bubble in the world. 3 minutes to the open, guys. Like it made every other bubble after that pale in comparison. Yeah, but then I actually eventually wound up at FXCM, and that's where Kathy and I connected, and then we went together, went to GFT, and then we just started our own. I've been running our own shop for 20 years, and no, we're not married. Everybody thinks that we're married now. We fight enough as partners. I always tell the story. It always cracks me up because, like during the pandemic, when everybody was stuck in the home, her husband, who's a wonderful guy, Rob, like was sitting next to next to her on the desk, and she and I would have our usual morning. You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Conversation, and we're just yelling at each other at the top of the lungs. And like Rob looks at her and goes, "Are you guys okay? Is everything?" And she looks at him and goes, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" Like that was like our normal morning conversation. And I was like laughing because we would talk to each other. We would never talk to our spouses the way we would talk to each other. But we both started cracking up. We're so used to yelling at each other. But that was hilarious. I remember that the look of shock on his face was just unbelievable. Drew's in Boca Raton, Florida, having a great time. I saw him maybe 8 months ago. Drew is Drew. Oh, Kathy, trust me. When she lets her guard down, she can scream with the best of them. We actually are much better now than we used to be. It's interesting. The older we got, we've gotten a lot more, yes, this is an interesting way of doing it. No, let me think about it. Instead of "you're a fucking moron, you don't know what you're doing," a conversation that we used to have with each other. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Pop it up. You know what? So tempting, right? Ugh. This is one of those really, really hard decisions. Is this a real, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for, I'd like to have 2 lightning bolts up to kind of believe that this is going to be a bounce off the London lows. Again, it's small size. It's not a big deal, but this is, we've seen this so many times, the pop and drop on the New York candle, and it's not even holding, right? So not even a trade. This is, it's really interesting that look at this. The New York lows and London lows are within the brackets. That's pretty unusual. We haven't seen that in a long time. So not a trade that you want to do just yet. But if I get a lightning bolt up now, I might take it, because that might be a good signal for us that they're holding the lows here. We'll see. Trying to apply our scalping techniques to day trading positions and see how it goes. Before, like, we used to be really, really big at it. Kathy still trades FX exclusively, but we used to primarily trade FX. Then, like, around 2015 or so, maybe 16, CME came out with mini stock index futures, and I was like, this is amazing. I really want to trade this. And so I started really moving into the futures world. So lightning bolt down, like, we're testing lows. I'm not a trade that I'm going to take, but clearly directionally we're still making fresh lows. What we're looking for now on a positional basis is wow. I'm actually, guys, you know what? Oh, look at this. You know what? Oh, we should hang on a second. Hang on. This is a trade for us. I just got to expand. Oh, fuck. Let me see if I can do this. 32.80. I'm just putting the right stops and targets. I'm gonna sell this. This is still safe conditions for us on the thing on the left side. I'm gonna sell this. See if I can survive the volatility here. Boom, nice, beautiful. Okay, so again, kind of trying to explain to you why did I sell this. 2 things. Number one, vol obviously explodes above 20, so we need to go to 820 instead of 410 on the structure, right? But at the same time, while I was looking at this, we still had trade climate being safe, like right over here. This particular thing, it just turned moderate, it just turned steep, because we had all this soft, quiet market, and as we started to explode, that was the market that really gave us the proper signal. The signal actually could have been here. I should have traded this one over here too, but one better than none. So I took that trade nice and clean. You can see it over here. Pop, pop and drop right over here in a nice clean fashion. So good for us. We made some nice clean dough. Now we're obviously trading large volatility trade, which is 8 target 20 stop within this condition. We also should be looking, not yet, but New York lows at 29,200. If we start getting a lightning bolt up, that's going to be a positional trade for us to go the other way. There we go. 27 seconds. If this thing holds, I'm going to go positionally first. I'm going to trade the positional trade right now on our positional account. I'm going to just see if I can buy a bid here. Nope. No, I'm not getting the run. It's just really running. Okay. Buy market. Buy. I'm gonna stay on the bid here. Let's see if I can get it down. Maybe I'll buy market. All right, I'm in the trade. Oh, holy cow! Look at that. That was just one. Look at this, 1 second, and we made the move on the positional move. So it really turned very quickly. That was nice. And that's where you could not, you couldn't afford to try to buy the bid. That was just boom right off the bottom. But you see how the scalp trade gives you a positional trade, right? Just gave you a really clean positional trade. It actually would have given you a scalp trade too, because I'm just looking at this. Conditions are now safe for a scalp trade as well. Let's see what happens next. I mean, really punching up to the upside. Holy cow! Look at that move. Yeah, and this is exactly where, and maybe as we get much more comfortable with our positional trades, this is where we're going to start doing two lot entries, where you do one lot, you take a short target on that, like a 20-30 point target on that, and then you just kind of let the second lot float, because in this particular case it could be 100-point move on a positional trade. Okay, we still have lightning bolt trade here coming up. 9 seconds left. That's a legit trade. I'm waiting. 3, 2, 1, buy. Let's see if it's going to work. Work it, baby. Work it. Beautiful. You see that? So we're coming back from the dead. We're 3-1 on the scalps. New York coming alive for us. Good for us. We just spent an hour and a half doing nothing, but waiting for the setup is what gave us all the trades, right? So boom, nice. Look how clean we caught all those nice moves. Love it. Okay, more push higher. We're still, the climate is still safe, but now the trade is not working. That's fine. So big explode. But the bottom line is, technically, I'm just giving you all the technical rundown. But what's happening in real life is that we just simply we tested 200, and then they just again destroyed the shorts. They took it down, and then the bulls just ripped it. They wanted to come in on the open for the move. Now it gets interesting. New York high over here, right? So New York high is over here. VWAP is over here. What's the one word I can never pronounce in the English language, right? Like, how do you know I'm always going to be a Russian spy? Or how do you know, like, this is the greatest trick for the CIA? How do you know that someone is not a Native American speaker? Make them say VWAP. Because Russians don't have W in the alphabet. And obviously you can say V, but when you have the VW together, it's almost impossible for anybody, even like somebody like me who speaks English pretty fluently, to say VWAP unless you mentally slow yourself down. So you always go VWAP. It always cracks me up. It's the one word in English that I can never say properly. All right, so here we go. So we New York high stalled in front of VWAP, right? Positionally, you could possibly take this red triangle, on a turn, but it probably wouldn't have been a horrible idea. But it's kind of a little bit late now to come in on this move. Although, you know what, I may sell the ask. All right, we're in here. I'm basically going to be right above this red triangle. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it's it's sort of like, we hit the New York highs. We're in front of VWAP. If they take it higher, you absolutely want to reverse course. But if they don't, this might be still a pretty good trade, and it is actually a good trade. We're going to take this nicely. Look at that! Look at that nice move. Look at this! Holy shit! We are I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the. You guys want to see? Oh my God, it's hilarious. Let me show this to you. Here, I'm going to. Let me screenshot this for everybody so you guys can see this. This is freaking hilarious. I wonder if I can do it over here on the chart. Yeah. Yeah, let me give it big to you. Look at this. 11 out of 14 on the positional trades. So what is that? What is that on the win ratio, on the win parade? 11 divided by 14. That's a 78.5% win rate at pretty much even money. That's hilarious. I can't believe we hit the trade so well today with the scalp structures. That is great. Anyways, that's fun. It's like the first day trading the scalp structures, and it's all worked. Sorry, I missed. This was a scalp. This was a clean scalp over here that I totally missed because I'm yapping. But this would have been a good safe condition trade over here, and it would have been another 8 points. But can't do everything. Anyways, I hope you guys are having fun. We kind of it was quiet for a long time, but now it really broke up and broke out. If I took that would have been about 4-1 in New York. Would have been a really halfway decent session if we just focused on the scalp side. Pretty cool, right? ATR now at 34, so it's really getting into that area where you don't want to be scalping. At 35 or above, it's already too wide a volatility to want to scalp, but actually still pretty good for our positional trades because we're trading with such small size. In my Tradingview account right now, is that 180, 280, 380, 400, 500, $550 in scalping since I started with you. $550 a day today, with very little stress at all. Just very clean trades today. Hey, astrologer, are you in the room? I'm wondering how he likes the signals here on. So this is no, not a signal because conditions are moderate, but well, what's interesting now is we have the Tokyo lows getting taken out, and the VWAP getting taken out. So to me, what's going to be interesting is we're going to watch this around the VWAP, London high, all this whole area. If we start getting lightning bolt down signals, like reversal signals around this area, then we can feel pretty confident that this is going to fail as a run. If they hold it and start breaking up higher, then we could be running all the way up. How do you like the idea of mixing the scalp signals with the session high, session lows as confirmations? It's pretty cool, right? London high, no, New York high at 79, 482, basically around the 500 level. VWAP is the 500 level. New York highs are over there. This is where the buyers and the sellers really going to battle it out and see how it goes. Breaking above VWAP, guys, that's pretty positive. That is a pretty positive play. So sort of tempting to want to yeah, it's I'm holding myself back from wanting to go long. This would have been a perfectly okay trade to go long with a stop right underneath here, like right below the Tokyo lows. But it looks so so strongly bought that you're hesitating. But it's probably a really good trade. I'm just preparing myself. So kind of to get the idea, when the triangle gets taken out, right? This is a sell signal gets completely reversed. It's usually super bullish structure. And had I gone long here and not hesitate, it would have been a perfectly good trade. How long did it take us to develop it? I think it's probably about 300 variations. I mean, the guys who've been in the room with me forever where's Tony? I get constantly teased for the fact that I'm always tweaking the software, but I'm actually I've been really good. Like for the last month and a half, I haven't touched it. Right? I mean, the only thing we did is we did the regime overlay, which has been a great help. But everything else we totally chill. Hey, did I just miss this? I'm yapping and I'm realizing that did I miss the scalp? Okay. So this is actually a market is bullish. We want to be buyers here. We want to be buyers on this scalp. Let me see if I can. It's going away from me now. It's not going away. I can't buy it. Come on, come buy it. Okay, let's see if this is going to put me in a trade. Come on. Okay, I'm out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so let me explain to you. This is going to be this is the last trade of the session for us. Let me show you how that trade worked and why I took that trade. In here, out here. So, what are we looking at on the regime overlay? Super bullish trend, right? Danger for the climate, which is the perfect conditions for the triangle. The triangle is down, but the trend is up. So what do? We buy the dip. We buy this trade because we trust the trend, not the signal. This sometimes a sell is a buy, and sometimes a sell is a sell. And knowing the difference is the difference between accuracy and non-inaccuracy. So like we literally came back from like having a crappy start to the scalp session to now being 5-1. Now we're like 5-1 on the scalps, which is awesome. Because we were 6 for 6 in London, and now we're 5 for 6 in New York on the scalps, just killing it. And what makes a buy a sell a buy is the context of the broader trend. The broader trend was up, so this was a retraced buy, not a turn sell. Right? That's the whole key thing. Now, I'm going to leave you guys, but I'll leave you with with this thought. We are New York. We're near London highs. We're New York highs, and I know astrologer is probably like locked and loaded at this point. But the trade that I would want to see to go directionally short, to go day trade short on this. In other words, if you're going to bet on the fact that these levels hold, which they may not, and is I want to see lightning bolt down. Lightning bolt down would give me the confidence that these levels, market is exhausted. I mean, we've had basically a 300-point run in 10 minutes, right? We had a 1% gain in about 10 minutes. Does that going to lead to about a 0.25% to a 0.5% correction? Maybe, but it's not a correction until you get a light down trade, and that would require some nice movement here because the ATR is at 32s. Yes, Ben is reminding me and everybody else, do not forget to go get some Apex accounts. They are dirt cheap. Either buy like the 5-pack for like $90, get 5 accounts for $90 or $95, or buy the legacies, one at a time. Buy like 3 or 4 legacies. I'm gonna buy some legacies with you tomorrow in front of the event. But we're definitely going to trade this on a news straddle basis. We're going to trade NASDAQ against S&P, and just for fun, we're going to trade NASDAQ against gold too. So we're going to take 2 non-correlated trades on a news straddle basis and see how that play out. So we're going to spend most of the morning tomorrow setting up those trades. Once we we'll do the first hour of London, and I'm going to set up those trades for the move. But in the meantime, watch for the turn here. Do we get a lightning bolt down? Yeah, that might be a really interesting trade for us against this this hold. All right, guys. Oh, let me just see exactly. Hang on, just one second. I'm gonna look. I'm looking in the back here just to oh, is today the 6th? Yeah, today is the 6th. Okay. Oh man, I can't count this. You know what? Let me do it by account. What is that? That's the 60. Shit. What account is this? What account is this? This is 63. Oh, this one. 1, 2. So 2 misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 7 out of 9 in New York, and 6 for 6 in London. Plus the best part. Oh, I think it's 14. I think we're now. What is my? Let's go. Let me just tell you. I think it was 14, 11, 15, 12. 12 out of 15 day trades. Holy shit. 12 out of 15 day trades. 6 for 6 in London on scalps. 7 out of 9 for scalps in New York. Not bad. Not bad for government work. That is a good fucking day. Really good day. So hopefully you guys had fun. We're going to set ourselves up for non-farm payrolls tomorrow. Everybody come in, bring all your friends, have fun. And I will, no, we're not trading Asia tonight. No. I only trade Asia today. So there's only so much trading I can do, plus, the girls are all going to California. So I want to spend a little time with family, but we're definitely going to be, balls to the wall trading tomorrow for non-farm payrolls. So, come join us. If you enjoyed the scalping, now comes in day trading flavor as well. So we're going to try and do both now, which is going to be really a lot of fun. And I think really great for a lot of people who don't necessarily want to, kill or die on a 1 minute trade to try to trade more positionally. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in. Really, really good session. And then I'll get a chance. Actually, this will be what we haven't done is we're gonna do tools tomorrow. We're gonna do the trade analyzer tomorrow. We'll do a lot of stuff tomorrow, and I'll be able to aggregate all of my scalping this week, so we can actually study how well the regime overlay helped us on our scalping, which will be really, really a lot of fun. Okay, guys, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night. I see you tomorrow. Take care.